Alright, welcome back, folks. We are picking up here with part 8 of our Religious Celts stream, the Book of Kells. There is a chance we can finish today. I would love to finish today, but I don't know if we'll be able to make that happen or not. We need to try to get some more votes in the Apostolic Palace, and I have been thinking about some ways that we might be able to make that happen. So let's think about what we can do. I was thinking about the pray for the apostolic. Yeah. Well, first let's wait until the game's done loading so we can actually look at things. All right. So basically, we need to get a few more votes either in the Apostolic Palace or alternately in the United Nations later on. So I was thinking off stream after the last session, and one of the thoughts that I had was it may be possible to revolt Portugal back into our religion. This would give him more votes in the Apostolic Palace, but it would make Portugal the opponent instead of Augustus, and that might be enough to get Augustus and Alex to vote for me. So there is that possibility. The other and easier possibility is to go and take some of Japan's land. And if I have Japan's land, then I should easily be able to win. In particular, because I should be able to rack up Alex more mutual military struggle with Alex if I can get him to join me in the war. But I think I will probably be able to get Alex's vote. Um, where is Alex here? In particular, because he's actually higher with me now than he is with Augustus. And in particular, if I can revolt Portugal into my religion, I could use spies to revolt Portugal back into Christianity. If that happens, then Alex easily votes for me. I don't know if Augustus would vote for me. But it's possible I could get them all to join a war with me against Tokugawa. So let's go through what we should be doing. What we want to do is we want to pick up tanks. I'm going to switch off the refrigeration. I'm going to go for tanks, and then I'm going to build a whole bunch of tanks. And if we can't win in the Apostolic Palace otherwise, then we're going to go kill Japan and get more votes that way, because nobody likes Japan, and I would build relations with Alex further if I can get him to join me in a war with Japan. Alternately, if Portugal declares war on Alex, I could always come to Alex's rescue and get more points with him that way and steal Christian cities away from Portugal. So that's also a possibility. So those are all things we can do. As far as units go, let's look at what I've got. Oh yeah, I was in the process of converting units. I have 4 great scientists, which is hilarious. Kaz, rifle, infantry. Probably don't need more naval units, although I would upgrade the frigates to destroyers. Airships, that's what I need. I need to build more airships, which can then become planes later on. Bombers, tanks, those are the things you need for modern warfare. Those coastal Christian cities, yeah. But like that would be the way to go there. In terms of power, certainly stronger than Japan. Like we haven't been building military for the last 25 turns. We can definitely outscale him. He does not have assembly lines, so we're a full generation of tech ahead of him. So, yeah, so we're gonna grab tanks and we're gonna build a bunch of tanks and go from there. We still have our big army over here, right? No, they're in Beefburger is the army. Need more siege, but I'd like to build artillery. All right, and off we go. Spies, yeah, they keep trying to do silly spy shenanigans. Right now, we probably want more airships because that's the best we can make do. But some of these cities, we still want to finish building basic infrastructure. We could build a levee for 2 tiles. That does not feel worthwhile. Did you get factory coal plant? Yes, you did. So that means now we want to solve your health issues with the grocer. Forge, or factory coal plants. Oh, you really have health issues, don't you? Oh well. We'll build the coal plant, then we'll solve it. after that. So this city was now knocking out its infrastructure. You probably don't need much more health because you're not going to grow much further. You're just going to grow into that tile and then that's it. Jail. You have a lot of overflow. Wow, this city is very strong. I can use those cities over here on these islands for building airships, because that way they can just rebase over to the front lines. Now you have probably more food than you need, but this isn't bad right now. I actually need... No, it's only +6 food surplus. It'll just grow onto these tiles. Alright, you have factory coal plants. Good. So build basic infrastructure like library. Courthouse is super cheap. So is observatory. Wow, we're knocking out a lot of infrastructure, aren't we? Library. No spy specialist. Then we'll go into the hospital next. With the hospitals, we should be fine with as far as health goes. Now you are unhappy because we moved a unit out of you. I'll move a unit back. Rusty Bucket Bay. You need a granary. And we're going to chop that granary to completion. You lost all your infrastructure. Alright, so let's get a unit back in this city. Gotta be some old unit in here. Okay. There we go. Back to Fredford. Let's move my navy a little bit closer to Japanese waters, just for use down the road. Okay. Over here... I actually think one more farm might be useful here, because I've got a lot of low food tiles up there. So yeah. Alright, airships. I'll rebase all of them next turn to Fredstead. I believe I was farming this tile. Alright. So we had one missionary out there. Let me grab my other missionary. Or is this the only missionary? No. There's another one. I need to know if this spread succeeds or not. Alright, it did. Which means I think we're done with missionaries. Did we convert every city? Oh yeah, Broadway in a border city is a good call. Yeah, I would believe we converted every single city in our territory. Nice. Very nice. So now this city can stop cranking out missionaries every turn. It's just on a build missionaries every turn forever order. Now let's get you a factory and coal plant, and then you can build all the other infrastructure you need, including you people in your emancipation. What are we even running right now? Cast? Yeah, that's worth it for the workshops. We're running vassalage because it's Alex's favorite civic. Obviously, we want state property. Okay, so we connected this, and I wanted to connect over here at Mound City, too. Also, this tile probably needs to be windmilled. We'll get that while we're here, while I'm thinking about it, but finish the rail net first. Over here, they finished chopping. Nice. And I believe we need a farm on that tile. Yeah, just because the city is low food. Because if we farm this, that gets us, yeah, then the city can just grow into the water tiles, which is all I really care about, and then eventually pick up the windmill. It's fun trying to figure out how to do these. Oh, and we also have the oil here for another source of production, too. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. So now it's at +6 food. Let's get that oil connected. Finishing railroads in some of these spots. I will need missionaries eventually if I end up going into Japan's territory, which seems likely at this point, because I don't think I'm going to have enough population to win a Diplo or UN victory otherwise. Hi, Coding Cajun. We got started slightly early today. one transport there, one transport over here. Am I really going to transport this missionary over to the front lines? I guess so. I don't have anything else to do with them. Bringing Christianity to the Japanese heathens in this game. This is important just so we have more sources of oil. Don't want to have a source get knocked out. All right, so let's start building railroads through Japanese territory just down to the front lines here. And yes, you can build railroads in nations that you have open borders with. All right, that does not shave a turn off industrialism, so we'll stay here. Let me just see how close it is. I'm curious. All right. No, there's no way I can get that in 2 turns. I can just eyeball it on the bar graphs. There's no way I'm gonna... I'd have to be out to like here to be able to get it in 2 turns, and that's not happening. All right, so... I would want to build a rail line down to here, but then also like over to here, so I can rapidly move towards spots like this. Osaka would fall on the first turn of the war. I could just hit that with my big cav stack and take that. Oh, and I can rebase airships down there too, can I? We'll do that next turn. Or, because you can put airships in friendly cities, can't you? Yeah. Let's get some visibility down there. Use Alex's territory. Put one in Sparta, or put one in Sparta too. Why not? Alright, get some more intel over there next turn. Just see what's down there. Okay. Still, Toku will eventually get up to factories, and I'd prefer to hit him before then, so... He would have to build them, but he is also organized, so he would build them quickly. As I said, we're just gonna... We can crank out a lot of tanks in a hurry, though. Once we get there. Let's have you build something more useful. The cities that are offshore are probably not going to build it. Are more likely to build air units and the like, because that way I don't have to worry about transporting them. The ones on the mainland can move. Like, the logistics are just a lot easier. Alright, what do we want? We're about to run out of health again, so we should probably get Aqueduct. Yeah, we actually are going to need an Aqueduct to keep growing. And you need to solve your health issues so you can keep growing too. You're just about done with buildings, and then you can build aircraft for us. Probably get a lot of bombers and fighters. Let's see. You're just growing on to specialists, so we'll do the university first, I think. Want to get the extra science buildings, because you can see I'm mostly granted I'm running a ton of wealth builds, but I can probably run positive on the slider at like 70 to 80%. So I spend more turns on research than I do on wealth right now. Now you can't really grow any further, but you should still be working this tile just so you grow at least to whatever extent that's possible. More culture would be good here, so let's get you a university. We have library theater. I wish I had the doubled culture from free speech, but I had to drop free speech for Diplo purposes. Alright, you got the forge now onto the factory. It's going to take you a while, but it's the fastest way to get everything built. And we want to finish converting that. Yeah, there's no way I could have gotten that a turn faster. Alright, over here, we'll chop this and mine it. Revenge is going to have a ton of production. Alright, you can hang out here for right now. I think a lot of these workers are just kind of hanging out. Well, this one can help farm this tile. Alright, we got that built. See, I'd rather work these tiles. This is a much better tile than the coastal tile, so we want to windmill that one now too. The mines are not great because the city just doesn't have enough food to work mines. Oh, did we get that? Nice. See, even with working all food neutral tiles, it's only +4, and that's because this is literally the only tile we can farm. Okay, so now this city is done, Black Mesa. Now let's see what we can do at AP Stinky Cheese. Not a whole lot, just growing onto water tiles, so that's pretty much done. Spiro Agnew, I think we want to get more watermills if we can. Now we can't cut the irrigation line that's heading up north, but like we don't need this many farms. So we can't watermill that. This tile though we could, this tile I don't think has to be farmed. We'll leave it for right now just because the city's trying to grow. Like it's +10 food, we're just trying to grow it as quickly as possible, but we can watermill both of these tiles. Let's get these two on the right side of the river. Also, we need to build a railroad connection on some of these tiles. You guys, though, don't really have anything to do, other than maybe build roads in Greek territory. Railroads in Greek territory. Excuse me. Oops, what the... It certainly helps having biology farms. All right, let's recon mode. What's recon mode? R. All right, let's get some more intel on Japan. Because we never really got that information earlier, because we couldn't... Alex, of course, or not Alex, Toku never signs open borders, so we weren't able to see into his territory. We got one more to recon as well here. All right, so we should be able to see everything in Japan's territory, except the very southern bit. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be that strong. He just has rifles on defense. Now, once again, another protective opponent, which is a pain in the butt. A lot of city garrison 3 rifles, but they will melt to tanks, like, immediately. They can't stand up to tanks at all, especially not when tanks start taking city raider promotions. So, and like these ships will die very quickly to destroyers. Like we're a generation of tech ahead of him, so we could run him over pretty quickly. And then it would just be a matter of converting his cities to Christianity and using those votes to win in the AP. So I think that's the plan. It's a little time consuming, but I think that's the easiest way to win this game. Alright. That's not a very good tile, is it? Oh well. Rusty Bucket will finish its granary and then it'll start growing faster. So I'm not going to reveal Japan every turn. At least not unless I'm at war with them. But like for right now, that lets me see what we're dealing with. Very mountainous. Actually, no, this is one of the least mountainous parts of the map. This area here is mountainous, but like the northern part of Japan is pretty wide open. One of the rare parts of the map that's not hills everywhere. Make sure you don't get more than 75. I don't think that's a concern. I'm only at 40%. I don't think that's a concern. But thanks for the tip. I actually didn't know that. That's a really silly rule. But it's like a very awkward way to stop people from winning the cheese. Oh, well, Toku just declared war on Alex, so this is perfect. And he asked for our help. Excellent. Perfect. So, apparently Toku declared war on Alex, which is great. Now we'll see if we can get... We want to see if we can get Augustus to join in too. He already didn't like Toku, and then he would have gained a further malice when Toku declared war on our friend, as they say. We're actually building a ton of infrastructure in all these captured cities. It's quite nice. I did all the factories first, and like now I'm getting the rest of the infrastructure. All right, we got the university. Let's get the market next. Right, you did the library, which is super cheap. Now you need to do the grocer because your health is bad. Yeah, you can actually go back to growing again as soon as that's fixed. I want you to keep growing. That'll be +5 food as soon as the grocer's done. Alright, you do not have any health or happiness issues here, so... Oh, well, your factory will take forever. Let's do the temple first then. That'll give you a little bit more production. Alright, so let's see. So Toku declared war on Alex, and then I counter-declared. Toku Gonwa. Well, we're one turn from tanks, so this was not the most ideal timing from his perspective. Let's reveal the battlefield. He doesn't have any air units, so he can't... I don't have to worry about these getting shot down or anything. So now I am going to have to do this every turn because I want to be able to see. All right, so this is where he's attacking over here. That's not going to punch through anytime soon. I was wondering if I had to move this out of the way, but I don't think I have to, at least not on this turn. Hi, Andy, King of the Humans. I'm glad you managed to catch the stream live. Let's move all the workers, and then we can look at moving military units. I did want to check this out. Okay, so... I did not pick up a "you have declared war on our friend" with Augustus. That's good to see. He is cautious with Toku. I wonder if I could get him to declare war. I doubt it, though. No. That's too bad. He likes us, but he doesn't dislike Toku enough. That's okay, though. And then there's J-Man over here, who I think may actually be... Alright, he's not plotting war. That's good. Just hang out over there on the right side of the map and do nothing. This needs to be mine. Alright. So we should have enough to finish Industrialism, and then plenty for upgrades. So let's look at some upgrades then. I want to upgrade some of these to destroyers. There's actually a Japanese caravel in our territory right now. Some extra galleons over here too. Okay, well let's start... Oh, 350, wow. I didn't realize it was that expensive to upgrade. That is pricey. Might be better just to build some new ones. Oh well. Well, we need at least a couple destroyers. I can only upgrade one of them. Well, what else do we need in terms of tech? We want flight. We would like artillery, because that's really good. Artillery, flight, and radio. I think that's all we need after we finish Industrialism, because that would give us bombers, and it would give us artillery and fighters. I don't think we need more units than that, so maybe we research these and then turn off science and just upgrade stuff. Anyway, well, you're dead. Didn't even take damage. Let's wait until we have a few more destroyers to move out on Japanese territory. Destroyers can just laugh off their units, though. Are there any Japanese units we're in my territory elsewhere? No. Just looking to see if there's like any random caravels somewhere. Okay, doesn't look like it. No, I'm not planning on using nukes, because remember, I'm trying to win diplomatically, and if you use nukes, everyone's going to hate Joe. Okay, so we'll hold there for right now. Now we really do need to get this rail line built, so any of my workers on the mainland need to start getting down there. Fortunately, units do move very fast over rails. Alright, let's get some of these units down here. Sparta looks like a pretty safe place to rebase at the moment. Doesn't look like that's going to get captured. There's another airship here. I was building airships for right now because Coppola's Vine is going to build tanks as soon as research finishes next turn. Alright, that tile should be safe too. Let's get you guys down there to build railroads as needed. Don't forget our transport. The transport is currently our most powerful ship outside of that one destroyer. I have another transport back here. Let's send this forward too, and then I'll send some of these old galleons back just in case I ever need to move units around on this island. Okay. So you come down here, railroad this. Got most of this island in pretty good shape now. Water bill. This whole little island has pretty much been improved. Yeah, I think we've improved like all the tiles that can be improved. No one can work this tile, sadly. Alright. Yeah, we should really railroad our way over there. Yep. One of the best ways to win diplomatically is to get a common enemy that everyone dislikes. It really is one of the best ways to do that. Yeah, Toku kind of volunteered for the position. He nominated himself. Alright, so that does lower the food output, but greatly increases the production output from that tile. We still are at plus 10 food per turn here, so I'm not worried about this. This city has plenty of food to then grow onto these tiles. Try to keep it at like that plus 10 until it can get up to like size. Grow this up very quickly to like size 16 or 17, and then we'll maybe convert some of the food to lower food tiles. Alright, so other units we want to move. We want to grab the military stack, the stack, along with our Great General Medic. Here they come. Here comes the cavalry, quite literally. Alright. Want to get over to kill those units at first, at least. Or maybe not. Maybe we just come right up to Libyan and grab this city for ourselves. You know, the frigates could drop the defenses, so... like, if we moved here to here, we could easily capture that. I probably should do landings to capture the coastal cities, too. But... like I said, let's start moving these units up. Yeah, we could do coastal landings to take the coastal cities, and then just use like cabs and tanks once we have them to punch to the inland cities. That seems like the plan. Most of Japan's cities are pretty close to the. Most of these cities are pretty close to the border, to the water. Excuse me. Either close to the water or close to Greece's borders. Yeah, this should be pretty doable. No, Toku was the one who started the war. Toku started it by declaring on Alex, which was a big mistake. Alright, we got industrialism.
There is one rule for the industrialist, and that is, make the best quality of goods possible at the lowest cost possible, paying the highest.
I want artillery next for the siege. Do we want artillery or flight? Flight may actually be better. It's also much more expensive, though. Yeah, it's quite a bit more expensive, so I think we do artillery and then flight. Although, if I do flight, I could airlift units from the other islands. Let's do flight then. Although I'm going to have to turn off science for a few turns. Okay, so this is the city where we wanted to do Broadway. So, you can work on Broadway. And you're going to see a lot of tanks under production now. Because tanks are really good units, offensively at least. They can't hold territory, but they're really good units. You need a market because we're going to start getting some war weariness soon. I love it when like a city's finishing something every turn. All right, university. Yeah, you could use it. This city needs an airport so it can airlift units over to the other continent. Otherwise, I think it's pretty good. I guess, yeah, I guess we'll build the industrial park here because we have the production for it. Do hospital and then industrial park, and hopefully they'll be ready to do the airport sometime around then. All right, so you're still doing basic infrastructure. Similar story here. All right, you've gotten all the basic buildings. It's going to be a really strong city shortly. Okay, wow, you do not... You really want emancipation, don't you? Okay. Well, let's do this to cure one happy face. Then we'll do the market, which you desperately need for happiness. Probably should do a Christian cathedral here, too. Alright, factory coal plant. Factory coal plant. Someday, perhaps we will use we will use clean power, but that is not today. It's not this day. Alright, also, what the heck? I want you to grow. Your job is not to build stuff, it's just to grow and get more population for AP purposes. Okay, we're gonna have to connect that source, even though no city can work it. No city can... Actually, a city could work that. And where's the third source? Wait, where is that third source? There. It's under a windmill tile. Okay. We'll probably fix that. Worthwhile to mine that for the extra bonus. Well, this city is a little low on food. I'd like it to grow a bit faster than this. I'd like to keep it +5 food supply. Actually, no, what the heck? Working an engineer specialist. That's what the problem is. Why would you work an engineer specialist here? Whatever. Okay, so let's get this source of aluminum connected. Globe Theater, maybe. Globe might want to go in this city, though, because this city has the most issues with happiness. Like, it's already size 21, and it's got plus... This city probably needs Globe Theater, honestly. That's probably what we should do here next. Okay, so, units. Wondering if I want to, which of these tiles I want to railroad. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? This one, I guess. Bringing in the workers to help out. Is that all the workers? I think it is. Okay, so this is more units than I need to take this city, like far more than I need to take this city. So I should load up some units on ships and get prepared to head down in this direction. Oh, you know what I need to do first, though? I need to get vision of the area. That's the most important thing to get first, because we can make informed decisions if we have visibility. Okay, so now we can see everything. Oh, that's right, airstriking does provide vision, too. I forgot about that. Airstrike counts as a recon usage. Okay. So I guess that's Japan's stack. Again, I don't think that's going to succeed. And he's got a trebuchet there bombarding at 3% per turn, so whatever. What's the range here for airstriking? I could airstrike these rifles. Now, the one downside of that is it does add war weariness, which is going to be a problem, but probably still worthwhile to do so to help out a little bit. That'll slow down that offensive at least a little bit. I mean, I guess they're just waiting anyway. We'll get some units over there soon enough. Okay. It's nice having all these units left over from before. All right, so this destroyer, yeah, we'll just start sinking the Japanese ships. Not surprisingly, it took no damage. Yeah, it's 36 against 8. So we did 37, 37, 0. Unfortunately, it can't attack more than once. So out of the ships I have here, I'd like to upgrade at least a couple more to destroyers. And I probably should upgrade a few of the galleons to transports, specifically ones that have extra movement. Yeah, I can do 2 of them to transports. Also probably should have moved before upgrading, but oh well. I have 7 moves afterwards. Okay. Now I do have to upgrade in my territory, but then again, if I capture this city, I can upgrade in the city because it'll count as my territory. All right, so that's as far as we can make it this turn. So move here, and I'm going to load at least some units in here. Actually, I think I'd like to load quite a few units in to these boats. All right, let's take about half the infantry. And a good bit of the calves. I don't think I need the cannons though, because I'll be able to hit, like I'll be able to take out defenses with destroyers from the sea. So I think we keep the cannons with this stack. All right, and now for the rest of the group, that still gives me plenty of units to move up to here. And we'll move here and take Libyan. And then the rest of that stack was going to seek to move to Osaka. We'll move back into Greek territory, cycle around, and hit Osaka in that direction, because it'll probably be faster than trying to walk this way. Probably be especially if we can get rails built. All right. So we're going to have to turn off science for a couple turns to upgrade. Here's another transport. We're also going to need missionaries to convert these cities as we capture them. So these first 2 cities already have Christianity, but we'll need more missionaries behind them. No, it won't be long in terms of like turns, but it'll be long in terms of real world time, because I have to spend like the wartime turns take longer to play than like peaceful turns. That's why I said I don't know if they'll be able to finish today, but we'll see. We'll see how far we can make it. All right, there we go. So +9 food should be plenty for right now. This we should lumber mill while we're here. Although is a lumber mill worse than a... Lumber mill I think is worse than a caste system workshop. I think it's actually worse. So cancel that. We'll chop it and workshop it. Because we're hopefully just going to stay in caste. Also, this will get the factory done faster. Yeah, that's as much as I can do here for this turn. Okay. Here, I want to connect that aluminum. You need to move down to probably, I was going to say Sparta, but Mycenae gives me the option to assist in attacking Libyan. All right, you guys got that done. Work that tile and then improve. Probably, this city is so low food, I probably want to farm this one tile too. Okay, now we need to do what I was delaying doing, which is to go through and switch all these wealth builds over to tanks. Oh, hey, there's actually enough overflow to one-shot, to build a tank instantly. Nice. You are going to go from alt airships to alt tanks. Actually have enough overflow to get a number of tanks done quickly. Nice, that gets it down to 3 turns. Admittedly with some overflow, but... Oh yeah, a lot of 3-turn tanks. Oh my goodness, look at this city. Valley of Kells. What a nice city this is. Base production 42. Then it's tripled, so we're at like 120. So this is 2 tanks every 3 turns out of this city. Don't forget we're in vassalage too. So one cool thing about being in vassalage is we can stay in organized religion and still get the extra promotion. Okay, so you are on an island, but you are such a good city. I feel like I should probably still build tanks anyway. Because once we have flight, I can airlift them. Or I can take one of my many ships and transport them over. Alright, you can finish that. Right. Again, we have no tanks right now, so that's why I'm emphasizing them. I think most of the rest of the cities are going to be on infrastructure. Yeah. Alright, we should be on all this. That should be all the infrastructure cities, but let's get some of these tanks out. Oh, what happened? There was one cannon that couldn't... Oh, this is the cannon that came down from the capital. Oh, did I have an unguarded worker on the border? Oh, I guess I did. Oh, well. I thought I was going to put my stack on that tile, but then I realized I didn't. Oh, well. That's life. By the way, completing all these jails will help with war weariness, so I wasn't even thinking about that, but it does matter. And then if I need to, I can always drop representation for police state, although I would prefer not to do that because you really... Representation is responsible for so much happiness. Yep, you just keep growing. Market will give you +4 happiness. And then maybe we can get a hospital after that. This city needs a lot of things. So does this city, but as soon as that coal plant's done, it's actually going to be able to produce them. Also, this tile needs to be replaced with, whatchamacallit, wow, this city's really unhappy. It's okay, we can solve that unhappiness. We've got lots of stuff that'll help with that. I was going to say we need to replace that with a caste system. I can't quite get up there. Send 2 of you up there, though. All right. So again, Argos seems to be perfectly fine. Just need to get a railroad over there. Okay, so that should free up the rest of the airships for airstriking duty. Can we hit that tile? Yes. I think that's all the airships that had movement. Yeah. Yeah, that was all the airships that had movement. Okay. Yeah, those right. This was not much of an attack from Toko. I don't know what he was thinking. Anyway. Okay, so we need something to kill those units that are behind us. Are there any units on their way down that can hit that? I've got a cannon, but that obviously can't kill units. So probably we want an infantry. This guy can get a promotion, so. All right. So the rest of this group will move here, I think. Yeah. Just wondering if I wanted to move any of the other units over, but I don't think so. Should probably upgrade most of these rifles to infantry too, when I have the chance, because it's not that expensive to do so, and the infantry is a lot better than the rifles. Anyway, though, we have fresh destroyers, so can very, very easily sink these ships. Yeah, Tokugawa declared war on Alex, and we felt compelled to support him, although we were considering declaring war ourselves. I mean, I guess we did technically declare war ourselves, but we joined in. All right, let's see. There we go. 16% off the defenses, so those will be at 0 next turn. I need something to kill this unit. How would you like to get a promotion? Little rifleman. All right. And then the rest of the group moves up to this tile. We don't have the defensive bonus, but it's okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could blitz this with cabs. I could probably take the city this turn, but I would lose a lot of cabs, and it's just not worth it. So. All right, so we're still trying to get this tile railroaded. There we go. Let's move the railroad a little bit further off the border region, just because it's a little bit safer. Also, there's no production bonus to Japan to Alex. On that tile. All right, so to here. I'll railroad this tile because there's no access to it from Japan because there's no road on this tile. Yeah. Okay, so here's our naval squadron. How far can this make it? Is it 5? I think they're moving at 5 per turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can move down here. We can protect with one of these destroyers. One destroyer will make this stack completely invincible. There's no way frigates can just... I mean, you'd have to lose like 10 frigates to sink that. Maybe not quite that many, but you get the idea. Oh, and these can be upgraded. That was part of the plan, was to upgrade these this turn. Get the destroyers first. And the transports in. Because the galleons are just fine. I don't really need to upgrade from galleons to transports. Like the transports work, the galleons work just fine. All I have to do is carry the units, but it does make a big difference to go from frigates to destroyers. Did I upgrade all my frigates? I have one more that hasn't been upgraded. Okay. We'll run this turn 0% science and then turn on science next turn. I think we keep one transport here to ferry units from these cities to the mainland. Oh, and we've got, don't forget about our missionary. Extra missionary. But I'm not going to pay to upgrade my galleons to transports. That's not a needed use of money. What is this unit? Just another random galleon. Okay. You're here in case we need to transport something off this island, which is unlikely, but you never know. All right. And we were going to workshop this. So this is 3 turns. I would like to get that down to 2 turns. Just want to keep speeding this up. All right, let's pull another 2 workers up to the north side of this island where there's more work to be done. Okay, cannon. Which you want to go to order there? Ah, here comes the tanks now. Now they don't move any faster on the rails than other units do. Well, starting with 9 XP, that's very nice. I'm charismatic, so that's triple promotion. So every 9 XP tank that comes out of Coppola's Vine, it can start with City Raider 3 and Blitz. So pretty nice. Pretty nice. So they're gonna farm this tile. I believe we've now hit the point where we've kind of improved all the tiles, and we're just like randomly improving stuff that's still left to be improved. All right, this is fine here. Still want to grow. Some of these tiles probably, I was gonna say probably should be windmilled, but production's not that bad. So I'll leave them as mines for right now and look to railroad some of them. All right. Oh, I had one more. Well, not much for this person to do. I could airstrike this city, but they'll just heal the damage next turn, so there's no point. All right, you're unhappy? We yearn to join our motherland. What? What motherland? The barbarian motherland? Whatever. We'll build the theater next turn in here, and the Colosseum, and that'll take care of your unhappiness. It's like, what, the barbarian motherland? Whatever, man. Okay, there's still a few tiles that could be improved here, so we'll work on that. You can join this stack, and this is the last frigate that'll still need to be upgraded. We'll do that next turn. Okay, coming along nicely. Tanks rolling out. Libyan will fall this turn, and we'll go from there. Got the rails coming. Valley of Kells will just crank these out like crazy. And then it culturally flipped to the barbarians, yeah. No, that's not possible, but fortunately not possible. Let's get the market done, because we will be dealing with unhappiness. Alright, hospital, as I said, we're going to knock out the theater for happiness, and then the Colosseum to get you off your unhappy face. Okay. You are at the happy cap as well, so you need a market. Only at +3 food. Seriously, stop that. Go. I want you cities to grow. Don't you understand that? Alright, university. I think that what you have is mostly good at this point. So, I think the bank gives us the most bang for buck here, and then get other stuff after that. Alright, you have the courthouse. You are the one city that does actually work spy specialists, now that you've gotten all your tiles filled. So you need a... How much overflow do you have? A lot. Okay. So you do the hospital, then do the barracks. This is probably our globe city, as you guys pointed out. So let's try to get that to address this unhappy... Oh man, 7 people wanting emancipation. Yeah, we'll put the globe here. Let's do that next. Geez, just because we're fighting a war, people are mad. The nerve of them, seriously. Oh, that's our Statue of Liberty, free specialist. I'm forgetting. Okay. Everything's solid for the moment, but let's get the market for happiness, and then we'll get more research buildings there. Let's the observatory. Forge. This city has no production, but that's okay. It's just here to grow. It's already working all its good tiles. I could get some production, but I don't want to bulldoze these towns, so we'll just leave them in place. Factory, coal plant. All right. So let's upgrade this. Or this. All right. So destroyers, take out the defenses. Okay, more destroyers up here, which should be able to reach the city. Yeah, destroyers have a lot of movement, 9 movement points. It's a little crazy. The frigate to destroyer leap in this game is like the biggest leap in the game in terms of one generation to the next. It's honestly a little absurd. All right, we probably send one. Oh wow, only 1% odds. Why are the combat odds so high? Oh, because it's the city garrison 3. Ugh. This is where we need the tanks. I was like, why are the odds so high? It's like, oh, because it's a city on a hill. All right, let's not sacrifice these, because they'll be able to become artillery soon enough. 21% versus what for promoted cav? 3%. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. I was expecting better odds than this. It is a city garrison 3 rifle. There's 2 of them in the city. Oh yeah, I can use air. You're right. The airships will actually help a lot here. You're absolutely right. This is a perfect opportunity to use them. It's unfortunate that only the ones in Mycenae can hit, but this is a perfect opportunity to use them to take some health off these defenders. Yeah, we got 15% off both of the city garrison 3 rifles. That's a big deal. Yeah, so the odds should be quite a bit better here. Yeah, I'm 31%. I also need to start getting pinch promotions on my units. I don't have a lot of pinch because in the last war it wasn't needed. So that's part of it. Oof. Rough odds. Probably better to do at least a little collateral damage. In the hopes of making this less of a slaughter for my guys. Alright, that helps a lot though. Now we've knocked those really strong city garrison 3 rifles down a lot lower in health. Now we should be able to get up to like 50-50 odds. If I have any promotions left on some of these units, I wish I did, so I could take pinch, but I think I picked them all. Alright, now we're up to about 50% odds to at least survive. Retreat? Nope. Oh well. Okay, well that unit's down to 1 health. So we've got like one more unit that's really dangerous. There's a city CG3 rifle, so let's try to use an infantry for that. Alright, now we're up to positive odds. Alright, should be clean up at this point. Because the rifle that still has health is a shock rifle, which is whatever. And the grenadier is not very strong either. Alright. Okay, you don't have very good odds. Maybe the infantry. I think we use the infantry. They have much better odds here. Well, they did have better odds. That guy didn't get it done, though. He had almost 80%, but didn't get a very good dice roll. Womp womp. Alright, now we're at 94. Alright, now we should be able to clean up. What if we gave this guy pinch? 95%? I'll take that. I'll take the 20-to-1 odds that we win. Alright, now it really is a cleanup. So now we're going to use cabs because we want them to get some XP. In particular, I want like some of them to start taking pinch because now everything's going to be a gunpowder unit that we're going to face. You already have... You have shock. Also because the cabs can move after their turn ends, whereas the an infantry would not be able to move. Alright, now it's just who wants a point of XP. Get some trebuchets. What pinch would be for an airship is a good question. I don't know how the Trub even gets a hit against that guy. Yes, install a new governor. Okay, just set this to culture for right now. Alright. Now, it's unfortunate that this tile is still in enemy territory, because I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it means that if I move in here, it's still better to move into here, though. Move into the city, and then we can rail these 2 tiles, and then we can just move on rails over to here and then to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11. But it's still faster to do that. Okay, so let's do that. We need to grab workers, and we need to railroad these tiles. Wait, if we railroad this tile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, still 11 moves. Anyway. So that tile is railroaded. Okay. This is the tile we need to railroad now. And I need to protect these guys with units. Otherwise Japan will definitely snap them up, like they snapped up that one worker earlier. I got plenty of units to do that with, though. You take pinch. Let's move you here. I've got a great general healer. So that unit will now be full health next turn. Cannon can stay here as well. Okay, other workers? I thought I had more over here. I guess not. That's okay. Just random rifles here. Hopefully those will attack Alex or something. So I'm going to move the rest of the stack that still has movement in here. And I'm going to upgrade next turn. I'm going to upgrade all the rifles to infantry in this city. I can't do it this turn because I used up their movement points. I think it's like 100 gold, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need a little over 1,000. So I think if we go break-even research this turn, we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll go like this. And then upgrade them to infantry. Alright, now as for the naval stack, this may need more units, but I can always take units from here and load them on ships and send them out too. Those City Garrison 3 rifles are a real pain. A real pain. Okay. Actually, can we get over here? Yeah, we can. With the destroyer too. Good. I actually could have captured a Japanese worker there if I wanted, but I'm not that needing workers that badly. Alright. At least I was smart enough to take infantry on this trip instead of rifles, which are going to be basically useless at this stage of the game. Alright. There we go. Alright, you ships continue down here. God, they have so much movement, it's crazy. Okay. Just stay there for right now. Alright, more tanks. Once the tanks get up here, they'll, that's what'll really start punching through Japan. I'm going to use these. Osaka's the next target. Really should have reconned at the start of the turn, just so I had more vision, but... And I am going to need a city to get missionaries too. Maybe like Wild Rice, because it's pretty close to the front lines. Alright, so these units here, yeah, I also need to smack these units relatively soon too, just to make sure they don't capture Argos. I'm not too worried about that, but you never know. Yeah, and we'll just airstrike this unit just to try to help out Alex. You need to heal this turn. And you, I don't want to have to defend, so have you build a road back here where you're safe, or a railroad back here where you're safe. Oh, they have ironclads. Hello. Japanese ironclad. Not that it's going to do anything against a destroyer, but hey, they're trying. Okay, so we've got 3 new destroyers here. This is probably more destroyers than I strictly need, but you never know. Tough to have too many ships. They were just upgraded units, although it did cost me a turn, so let's move you over here. Like, you can be moving ahead of the rest of the force. See maybe if you can smack these dudes. So some tanks will take City Raider. Most tanks will probably take City Raider, but there are some that will want to take field promotions, combat and pinch promotions. We have a mixture of some that fight in the field, although we have other units that are good at doing that. And then some units, and then mostly ones that are intended for capturing cities. Why is Jamestown unhappy? Are we already getting war weariness? No. Just a lot of emancipation. So after the tank's done, we'll build Theater Coliseum, and that should satisfy the city for a little bit. All right. Another transport in case we need it, in case I want to load up tanks on ships and follow. Our missionary from before. You can come hang out with the army. Or maybe hop on board a ship, because the next city we're going to need to convert is Nagasaki. I just unloaded from a ship, and now I probably need to reload onto a ship. Funny. Anyway. All right, so we're mostly done improving this island over here, but you can always toss down rails. And since you never know when you might need something, I still build the rails even though I almost certainly will not need them, because we've already connected all the cities by military rail net. Not that it's likely that an AI would ever land units over here, but as I said, you never know. Next tile to improve is that one. All right. And airstrike these guys. Like I said, my tank might come over and help out here at Argos. Railroad. Okay. Looking good. We're getting tanks to the front lines. How are we in terms of power? Still number 2. Portugal actually has a lot of power. But our buildup has begun, so... And I believe we don't need that many more. I think there's another AP vote coming up, and I think it's on the 8th is when the votes are, I believe. We might have one transport that's just dedicated to missionary duty. Just to like convert the cities on the coast as we capture them. Because like I said, I think I'm going to reload that Christian missionary back into the transport. And I'm going to need more cities to build them. Valley of Kells can honestly go tank missionary, because the missionary will get us a lot of overflow. We can probably alternate those builds there. All right. I don't know why I even really need to look at these cities. They're just going to build tanks. Yep. They all come out with 2 promotions. In a lot of cities, they come out with 3. All right, so since it can one turn a tank, we do tank, and then we'll do missionary after that. And I think it could just alternate the 2 of them. That was like 6 tanks. Just got to roll them up to the front lines now. Okay, you need happiness, so mark it. You should probably do the Christian Cathedral. We have no shortage of Christian cathedrals. Well, Colosseum for now. Or the Industrial Park first, because that gets us a free specialist. Then we'll fix the growth problems caused by building that. Alright, on the globe. As we said, we wanted to run it in this city. And we'll get a hospital to deal with the crippling health problems. Alright. Loading that up on the SS Missionary. Okay, so first things first, let's upgrade all these units. There we go, 990. Okay. And you 3 move here. Railroad that. Protect that. Let's see, some of these units can heal, but I'd rather get them out. Actually, heal you to full. because this is a good turn. Even though you're in enemy territory, we're holding the Great General Medic here for right now. Great General Medic moves down a tile. Cannon moves down a tile. You move down here and upgrade. By the way, we never renamed Libyan, so feel free if you've got names you want to suggest here. Okay. I think I'm going to give almost everybody pinch who has these promotions. All right. Yeah, you're healing. Let's get you into the city with everybody else. That'll heal you to full. That'll heal you almost to full. Just using that turn to heal for right now. We'll windmill this tile. Yeah, you guys just chill for this turn. Libiated, oh my god, that's excellent. Libiated. This, so that was a former Barb city. We can tell by the name. All right. Oh, and I can move airships up from Mycenae into that city. So let's do that. That's better. I should have some of these. You know what? Where's the Barb Island? Don't get me an do get the industrial park, but then I want you to just crank out airships because I don't have as many as I can fit, and they'll get upgraded to fighters after this is done. Okay, over here, I need more visibility. Thank you. I also need more workers down here to continue railroading the path through here. Okay. So Alex killed the Japanese rifles that were here last turn. Do I have any more workers in the area? Sure could use a few more to build roads over to Osaka, as it is. Because next turn I want to move them on the rails over to this tile. I guess next turn they can make it to here, and then we'll land here the following turn. It's a little slower than I'd like, but yeah. Wait. Yeah, I'd like to move them here, even though that does cause the river crossing. Actually, no, I don't even know if I have to wait for that. Like, if I can just get tanks, they can brute force my way through here. Oh, well, we'll see. Probably better to use the large stack. And then from here, we can move on the railroads over to Satsuma. Or maybe we just push from Osaka to Kyoto. Because if we attack here, then we'd be able to move to here. Because this tile will not be in Kyoto's borders, I believe. Wait, 20, 40, 60, 80. No, that will be in Kyoto's borders. That's a shame. Oh, well. We've got to move towards Kyoto at some point. Probably we move from Osaka to Kyoto, and then over to Satsuma from there. Could even have like a secondary tank column just push over, take Satsuma. Maybe that's the city we just brute force, because it doesn't have a lot of defenders in it. All right, meanwhile, over here, do want visibility. Just random Japanese units hanging out over there. Still, we're making early progress already. All right, you can come over here. And wow, there's a City Raider 2 rifle in this stack. And I want you to help out here. 97%. We won't be able to blitz this turn. I deliberately didn't take a promotion so I can take it to heal next turn. To heal up half that damage next turn. Yeah. So we'll take that promotion heal and then kill another unit to help out Alex. Okay. Let them take Argos and then recapture and liberate. No, I don't want Alex. So number one, that city's not going to fall. Like, it's just not going to happen. Second of all, come on, I don't want Alex to lose a city. He's my bud. Anyway, so down over here, got a number of destroyers here. Take take out the defenses. That's the most important thing. Alright, got it down to 4%. There's one Japanese galleon here. 9.9%. So that didn't save Frederick. Okay, well, that's true. But Frederick was a special case because he got in the way. No. Alright, so here's where it gets ugly is well, only one unit of City Garrison 3. That's good news. And this is on flat ground. It's not on a hill the way that Libyan was. Okay. So do we just send in a sacrificial dude? What about someone who actually has a promotion instead? How much does that help? Adding a promotion only takes it from 21 to 25. So yes, we send in a sacrificial infantry first. This guy did a great job. He got this person low. Almost won the battle. Yeah, got down to 2 health. What a great job. For a battle that was only 20% odds. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Was 1 hit away from winning. Okay, so now that we've cleared the City Garrison 3 guy, the rest should be a lot easier. CG2 is a lot less bad than CG3. Let's see what our odds are now. Yeah, we went from the City Garrison City Garrison 3, we had 25%. We go to 60% here. What a big difference. Still no guarantee that we win, by the way. But better odds to be sure. Okay. Let's try one of these calves. Still feels like the odds are better with the infantry right now. Yeah, I'd rather take 64% than take the 30% on the calves. The poor calves just are not great at attacking entrenched targets. Now what odds do we get? And it hurts that they don't have pinch. Like, it hurts a lot that they don't have pinch promotion. Now we're up to 75%. So I guess this is a time where the calves are not as great. Well, this guy... Oh, I didn't even realize this guy could take pinch. Oh, well. That would have been nice earlier. Oh, well. I was hoping this person would win and not even take damage, but... so we do have one medic unit in here, which is good. Here's someone else who could take pinch. Let's have this guy attack, because this will get him a promotion from 1 to 2 XP. Alright, now this city is going to need religion. We've also opened up a corridor here, which is nice. Alright, so surviving units get on the boats, although this city is quite well defended. I think we might need a few tanks to capture this one. That city is on a hill, I believe. Yep, and it's got 1, 2, 3... It's got 2 units with CG3. City Garrison 3, I mean. That city's on a hill as well. Some of these coastal cities are going to be tough to take. Might even be easier for the tanks just to go overland. Oh well. No, the tanks are needed in the north. But we can probably, if we move some of the infantry down, we can probably take that city. Let's load up again. That infantry can stay behind for defense. Oh, all right. This is empty, right? I know there's 1 or 2 of these that are empty. Let's grab a couple infantry. And we have a couple that are hop on board. And the cannons. Well, actually the cannons are probably more needed inland, because I can't take out the city defenses from the ship. Okay, yeah. Cover this with the destroyer for safety's sake. And then the rest can start steaming forward. I shouldn't technically put them in enemy territory because You pay more in maintenance there. Okay. Well, we'll land over there and bombard the defenses, and we'll take bigger losses there. You guys just rest here for right now. Look at all these extra galleons. Let's send a couple galleons back in case I need to pick up more units. You don't need that many excess galleons. This campaign is being fought halfway over land, so it's not like the last one where everything had to come in over the sea and I needed 10,000 galleons. Alright, now let's have you move over by Argos as well. Kill that stack and prepare for an attack of... yeah, kill that stack and prepare for an attack on Osaka. I can always have late arriving tanks hop on board ships too, but like the first tanks I'd like to try to punch from north to south. So one thing about tanks is they don't get defensive bonuses, so they can be vulnerable in that regard. Alright, we got an extra destroyer. Okay. Just move this ship up with the others. I probably didn't even need to upgrade that many destroyers. I don't know that I need as many as I have, but it doesn't hurt. It certainly doesn't, like, it doesn't cause problems having them. All right, you join the other cannons. We're going to move that stack forward next turn. You can hang out here as needed at the end of the rail network. Need more workers over here too. In fact, I should probably load up some workers that are not needed here, even though it'll take them a while to get back. Just because that's where I need them. Maybe I can galley chain them. Like, because we can use more workers building railroads on the mainland. All right, and here's our missionary boat. I'm gonna come down here and bring the missionary to Nagasaki. Spread our religion there. I'm not very close to domination at all. I only have 36% land area, so no, I'm not as close as you might think. All right, you just want to go to order down here. Same deal. I love how they can get from the Arctic down to the Greek area in like 2 turns. Railroads are great. Bringing up the tanks. Alrighty. Now as for you guys, you're kind of out of stuff to do, I'm not gonna lie. We've pretty much, this former Barb Island, we've pretty much entirely improved. Sitting Duxburg should be in good shape soon. All right, you guys just stop there. Okay, so good turn. We took another city. We need a name for Nagasaki, by the way. I don't know if it was suggested. Pinch is a promotion. It's the anti-gun promotion, as Dr. Warclam said. Yeah, a lot of my territory is in the water. If I put on the cultural borders, a lot of it is in the water. Like in this area especially. Beach episode. Sure. Beach episode, the infamous beach episode. Or hot springs episode. Anyway, so we'll move up towards Osaka on this turn. As the ships continue to push towards the next city. Alright, so now we'll do a missionary. As I said, we should be able to alternate tank missionary constantly. Okay, so you are now, yeah, very unhappy, so you need to knock out a theater and a coliseum to deal with your unhappiness issues. We are going to start getting war weariness. I may have to run the culture slider to deal with that at some point. There's a reason why I was trying to build happiness ahead of time in a lot of these cities. For that exact reason, because I knew I would start running into that. And this city is both unhappy and unhealthy. Well, let's start getting some health. This will this will slow down the starvation a bit. Yeah, now you're going to need this because you picked up... I cannot believe that it has the... We yearn to join the motherland. I was like, what? So we can at least stop you from starving by working that tile. Just knock out that cathedral. And then I really want to build airships up there, but I want to stop the city from, like, starving first. Okay, yeah, you're at the happy cap too. But you can knock out a temple. You do want that city to go on units soon too, but let's solve the current problems first. I mean, we are constantly cranking out more infrastructure, which is really quite nice. Alright, so, wow, you're starving, like, a lot, because you're really unhappy, too. How can I solve this? Okay, well, first of all, we can do this. That'll cut into the starvation deficit. Happiness will solve both problems, so let's do the market. That gets us 4 happiness. So I have the... Yes, but I am... So I have the minaret. I did have all 3 of them. The monasteries have been obsoleted, but you're right. Those things are all still available. All right, so we'll be able to finish flight at the end of this turn. Let's get our eyes in the sky first. Should have built more airships back when I wasn't... before I had tanks as a build option. Because I could sure use more airships right now. Just very useful. And they're about to be able to be upgraded soon. Then we'll need bombers. Bombers will be amazing, as they always are. The AI just has no way to deal with them. If you don't have any air power, you just get destroyed. Okay, so we've got a little stack here that we're in the process of wiping out. These can reach... Nothing I'm going to attack this turn. I'm not just going to bombard the cities, because that just causes war weariness. Unfortunately, these units are just out of range. But they're in prime position to help at Osaka. Alright, meanwhile, we will airstrike these guys. And look to clean them up with tanks. But the first thing to do is to build the railroads for this turn before moving any of the other units. So split this. So we have railroads that run along the border here. Railroad this tile too. Like, most of your unhappiness is from emancipation. If it gets bad, we will revolt to emancipation, it's true. I like caste system, god darn it. But yeah, at some point, the unhappiness is bad enough that it is better just to run emancipation and not worry so much about the +1 production on workshops, which I do have a lot of. Okay, so are there any more workers in this area? I think I got them all. One other thing we can do is we can move these 2 workers over to build railroads too, which I think I should do. Right, now here I might be able to chain with this galleon. Probably not worth it. Well, maybe we do it next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, never mind. We can just unload them into Fredfort next turn. Alright, so this tank can be taken over and unloaded next turn. But yeah, you're right. Most of my unhappiness is from emancipation. Freaking people wanting to be free. How dare they? But yeah, at some point, it's not worthwhile. And I think we're rapidly hitting the point where it's not worthwhile. Okay, so we built the railroads. So since we did that, you infantry that were injured last turn can now be the defenders for Libyated. While the units that are in Libyated, I want to move forward. Okay. Fortunately, Civ 4 is pretty good with the stack commands. All right, now it says we can't make it very far, but we definitely can by moving on the rails. Like, it says that our turn ends before we get there, but that's just wrong. Alright, so we move here. And then next turn we go doot 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 onto this tile and then take Osaka with the help of the tanks. But like I said, the tanks might just punch forward and take Satsuma. Because like I could just move to here and yes, it's rifles, but City Garrison, City Raider 3 tanks will just punch through that like they're melting like butter and melting in the sun. Alright, now we did airstrike these units, didn't we? Yes, we did. So let's kill... Should be able to maybe kill 2 of them here. Or kill 0 of them, because we died at 90% odds. Well, that happened. Anyway, I think Alex has that under control for right now. I think I'm just going to stage an Argos for an attack there. An attack on Satsuma. That was annoying. Okay, now can you get there? No, so I'll have you just hang out in the city. It's slightly safer there. Oops, I guess I moved off the railroad. Whoops. That's my bad. Okay, you hang out here with the rest of the stack. Alright, now for our naval stuff. First off, we want to clear out the Japanese Navy, such as it is. 99.9% odds. So yeah, the design for the tanks in this game is very clearly a World War II era tank design. Now, can this guy reach this tile? No. But this destroyer can reach here to start shelling the city. So I'll use these ships to do that. Just enough movement to get there. Again, the movement of destroyers is ridiculous. Probably a little too high, honestly. Alright, now, as for you, time to go sink another poor Japanese ironclad. If you want to see the units close up, because we don't get to see these units that often, there's the destroyers. And there's the little old ironclad. Nice design of like a American Civil War era ship there. Which, if it went up against like a World War I era destroyer, then yes, that's pretty much what would happen. Alright. And then one of these, the frigates are like from the Age of Sail. They're like in 17th or 18th century ship. I'd say 18th century from what that little graphic looks like. Something like that. Okay, so we just sank all their ships very easily. Oh, that was a ship with a line. And we got a great general. Nice. At this point, I think I'm just going to send this to our heroic epic city and just merge in. It's a specialist. Rather than try to make another medic or whatever. Yamamoto defected to us, indeed. Alright, so let's grab all our transports here, or at least the ones that are loaded with units. Actually, I should have moved to this tile, and then I could have unloaded and killed those units. Actually, this transport can do that, so... Even though it means my ships will be on 2 separate tiles, I don't mind, because it lets me grab some workers. 3 workers. Go ahead and unload. Well, there's no... It's all cabs on that tile? That actually is slightly vulnerable. Oh well. Alright. And then this ship with infantry will need another turn. I need to protect that ship because it's only a galleon. There we go. Alright, off to get the next missionary. Alright, let's see. So you are probably going to be the defender for that city. You're full health, so let's load you up and send you forward. Not too worried about this city getting captured, but... Alright. You're more injured, so we'll make you the defender. Because it'll take you longer to heal. Okay. So tanks, right? Yeah. Alright. Just consolidate that into one stack there. Bombard the city next turn. Okay. Alright, so you... hanging out there. This turn I don't have anything to bombard with the... And this we wanted to workshop. And now we're suddenly on the other side of the world again. I'm going to keep the Great General Medic in Heinz Guderian. Wasn't this Indiana Jones before, and then it became Heinz Guderian when we merged the Great General? Anyway. These boats are just kind of hanging out in case I need them in the area. I might suddenly realize that I want them to grab a unit. Alright. So a busy turn. We won't be able to take Osaka next turn, but we'll be able to stage for it. And my tanks are getting ready to hopefully blitz forward and capture Satsuma, which still only has 3 defenders. Because now I've got a bunch of tanks in the area, with more coming down here. Like if I can get like six or so tanks around here at Argos, I'll just move them here. Japan doesn't seem to have much of a field army left. I think we killed most of it. And we may have an Apostolic Palace vote on this upcoming turn. Yeah, look at that. My power is spiking and Japan's is going down. I wonder if he has units out there somewhere. I guess there's a bunch over here, randomly. Anyway, let's see if we get an AP vote. It should be coming up soon, because I think it's every 10 turns. Alright, tank. Yep, so it should be able to alternate missionary tank at Valley of Kells. What an awesome city. Okay, we probably need to revolt into emancipation because of how unhappy my cities are getting. And it's not worth it at some point, as you guys have already brought up. This doesn't really have a lot to build. I guess the Security Bureau. It's not a strong enough producer that I want units, and it's not desperate enough that I have to go for units there. Yeah, I think we have enough unhappiness from emancipation. It's like 5 unhappy faces in every city. I think that's too many. Like, I'm building these temples and such. So barracks here and then units. Yeah, look at this city. 7 unhappy faces from emancipation. Okay, that's getting to the point where it is not worthwhile. And this city is, like, starving frantically because of... This city would benefit a lot from a levy. Although I think I should do the Christian temple because it's cheap. Alright, now here... You look good, aside from the unhappiness. Do the temple as well because it's really cheap. Forge, you already have a forge. Okay. I don't think the game is going to last long enough that it can really do much on the factory, but we'll see. Here we go. Well, I think we're just going to go for the diplomatic victory, right? Because we don't want to stop the war. We're happy with the war. So we need 1203. And I'm going to vote for myself. So I should pull Alex's vote. I can't see him voting for... Yeah, he should vote for me, for sure. That might be enough to win, because I've increased my vote total quite a bit. Especially if we could capture Osaka, because that would give me Osaka's votes. Although I don't know... Well, if we don't get it at this election, we probably can get it at the next election, let's be honest. Although hopefully we don't have to go through, pick the winner of the AP again. Alright. So first things first, let's get some vision up. Just so we can see everything that's going on. Oh, they were grouped. Dang it, I used both of them for recon. Well, that I wasn't planning on attacking a city that turn, but still a little annoying. You see the numbers under the members tab, is that right? Ah, thank you, I didn't know that. Okay, so I have 992. If I pulled Alex's vote, I don't think that would be enough. It would be very close, but I think I would be just short. Now, I don't know if the vote gets cast this turn or next turn, because I think if I took Osaka, that might actually be enough to flip it. Like, if I captured Osaka, that's minus 16 for Toku. It's plus however much pop this has left afterwards. Maybe we just grab it this turn, because I think I can. I think the tanks could probably take it with the Cavs support. They definitely could. I think it's worth a shot because we might be able to win the game right here, as opposed to waiting 10 more turns. Let's give it a shot. It accelerates the timeline slightly, but that's fine. I wish I had one more worker so I could railroad. Actually, I would need 2 more workers to railroad that. Wait, is this tile already railroaded? Okay. How many tanks do I have here? Well, it doesn't really matter because I have enough calves. Yeah, we'll go for it. I just don't know when the votes are counted. Whether it's at the start, like, does it take the, like, did the votes get counted at the start of this turn? Or at the end of the turn? I'm not sure. Well, I wasn't planning on airstriking Osaka this turn, but now I'm going to, so now I wish I had saved those airstrikes, but it is what it is. We still got 3 airstrikes, and that's going to help a lot. Take off the top 13% on every unit. That's like 1 less hit we have to get on those units. All right, tanks it is. Go do your thing, tanks. Do I have a 9 XP tank up here? Nope. Oh, here we go. Now can I get... I don't have enough movement to get into the city this turn with that guy. Oh, this one can't hit the city either, because I don't have a rail on this tile. But this should be able to, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, this one can't. There's no way to hit that tile. This one can't either. But these guys can. They're not going to have great odds here. Actually, they do, because City Raider tanks are amazing. I was like, actually, they do. Why would I cancel the vote if I take the city? Oh, because Toku needs to have a city or else we can't vote for the AP victory. You're right. Oh, you're right. He has to have a city or else you're right. All civs need AP religion. You're right. That's right. So we can't take this city. We have to take all the other cities. So we can't take this city. You're right. It would cancel the AP election. So we would either need to kill Tokugawa entirely or leave him with the 1 city. You are right. He doesn't have any other cities that have this religion. Well, so much for taking that city. All right, well, I guess we're going to ignore this city and wrap around the rest of the world then. So I guess we're probably going to have to wait until the next election, because I think we are just barely short of enough votes this time. That's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Because like even if I load this missionary up on a ship, it can't get over to Kagoshima this turn. All civs need the AP religion, you are right. Oh well. It was a nice stream, but we actually shouldn't take this. We have to capture the remaining Japanese cities. Okay, well, poor tank. I guess we're headed for Satsuma then, with this big stack. Just have to, like, ignore Osaka and work around it. Alrighty. So I guess we're moving to here this turn. Thanks for reminding me of that in the chat. So yeah, we just need a couple more cities. Again, we could also eliminate Tokugawa, but that's clearly not going to happen in the immediate future. That'll take more time. Let's cover this worker. I actually had another worker available. These guys could have gone 1, 2, 3. Oh well. So they'll go to that tile next turn and then hit Satsuma with the help of the tanks. I'm not worried about that worker. That worker should be safe. I might put a tank on top of it just for safety's sake. I'm wondering if I should put 3 tanks in a boat to help out with these coastal cities, which are pretty well defended. I don't know. Maybe not. We can keep punching through from the north too, I suppose. Let's see. Well, I do have this galleon here. It's going to load up this missionary. Where's my missionary in the area? Right here. One. Yeah, maybe we do load up 2 tanks along with that unit. Although this tank can get up here. All right, so down here, we want to strip off the defenses. Oh, there's more ships to sink. Okay. Use the healthy ships to kill these this ironclad that popped up. I was thinking of getting a missionary, but I don't think that another missionary out. I think Wild Rice should do another. I think the missionary is a higher priority right now to have 3 out at all times. All right, so we killed that ship. Now it's time to just bombard. All right, so that takes care of that. There is a ship of the line here. All right, so we have some extra infantry here that can help out from the boats. But for right now, oof, this is a tough order here. Only 21% with these guys. How about my top cav? Only 3% odds. Yikes. Yeah, wow. That's a well-defended city. But then again, the odds will get... So there's 2 city garrison 3. The problem is the longer I wait, the more units Toku's going to cram into this city. So I think I actually do better by attacking quickly. Even though this is going to mean that quite a few units killed here. Unless I get super lucky and win at the 20%. That guy did his job though. Crippled that unit. The odds should be much better once we get past the CG3 rifles. Oh, we actually sucked out and won at 20%. Wow. Wow. I mean, I'd been taking a fair number of them, so it's not shocking that one of them hit, but still. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, and we only got hit twice. That's all right. Now the city's guaranteed to be captured. That's a very big deal indeed. All right. So without the Combat 1 promotion, we only have 20%. That's still better than what the Cavs are getting, though. So, yeah. So we just are just sacrificing these. Kagoshima might be Bonsai Beach. Please tell me we got it. Nope, got no hits. Ugh. So the pendulum swings back, 0 hits. Which is not good. So Cav's not great at attacking entrenched rifles. The good news is we have enough. We just have enough total units here that we can punch through at a horrible sacrifice. Please tell me we got at least 1 hit. Okay. Almost had another no hits there. All right. Odds are starting to get a bit better. These are highly promoted cabs, though. Just really high promotions on the defenders. Okay, we got the retreat. We should have odds on everything from this point forward. Okay, well, those retreats work. All right. So now we'll finish off with what should be easy wins. Should have like 99% on everything from this point forward. Getting the 1 win at 20% definitely helped a lot. We also have some units on. By the way, this is not as close as it might look because we have 3 infantry on boats we can land too, as needed. And that's why I brought along the infantry, so that they'd be here for stuff like this. Bonsai Beach, it's a good name. Okay. Well, we actually... So now these workers I'm going to use, I think, to build rails through here. Obviously, they have to use up their movement point this turn, but like if we can... And let's get into Emancipation, just because... because of our immense unhappiness. I'll go through and micro my cities in a minute. But like if I can rail through here, that would be really nice. Give me another opportunity to, like, we're just maneuvering around Osaka's culture. Now I have to hope Alex doesn't capture that city. That would actually be bad. Because I killed one of the defenders. Well, he doesn't seem to have any siege over here, but yeah, don't capture that city, Alex. At least not right away. If he did, we just have to eliminate Toku to get an AP vote. Anyway. But yeah, I think we need to put some of these tanks on board ships, because we're gonna need, if we have, like, if we just bring 3 tanks over here to take out the top defenders, and then the cabs and infantry can clean up from there, that would make a huge difference, because they can actually kill those CG3 rifles, which the other units kind of can't. And then these last 2 cities, well, this one's on a hill. I was gonna say the other cities aren't on hills, but this one is. You need to move here, and I wanted to ferry these workers over to the mainland for the next turn. What's up with the single tile port? Oh yeah, that could be a problem because we don't have open borders with J-Man. That could be an issue. He captured the city, and then the Portuguese culture swallowed it up. Yeah, that could be an issue because we don't have open borders with him. Could be a problem trying to get there to kill his last city. Hopefully we won't have to kill Toko. Alright, moving these units up. And I'm just gonna railroad this. Actually, we should improve this tile. With what? I don't know. Probably a mine. Yeah, a mine would make the most sense. Also, let's grow a bit further. Cool. Okay. So bringing workers back to where they're needed. Okay, seriously, let me grab these workers, please. All right, there we go. So we've got 2 tanks here. We can move this tank down here too, so that gets us 3 tanks to load up next turn. I could take Osaka so easily too. Oh well. All right. Now some of these galleons need to move back because I don't need all of these galleons here. Just to give me another option for loading up ships. Happened to all the... I had 3 infantry here. Oh, did I accidentally move them the wrong direction? Okay, well, we can put them on board a better ship. Because I do want them back on board a ship. All right. You. All right. Sometimes I get confused too, especially when moving a gazillion ships around. All right. Yeah, the rest of you. This is still more galleons than I need, but whatever. Okay, you, I think, will stay. No, you're actually a pretty good infantry. I don't want to lose you. Move you forward. We'll keep this guy in the city. You move forward as well. You heal for the turn. Okay. I need to go through my cities too, now that they're not all crippled with unhappiness. All right, so we got that city improved. We could well that oil, but I kind of prefer happy with just keeping the town there. So yeah, I think we kind of improved all the tiles we need to up here. I think we've just about done with this island, aside from just the make work railroads. Okay, this works. I'll load this infantry up with the other 2. Wait, the other 2, oh jeez. I'm on the wrong tile, aren't I? Okay. Fine, we'll do it this way. Just to get them all on the same boat. Did that do it? Alright, now they're all on the same boat. Fun with galleons. Fun with galleon chaining. Alright, so here's our missionary transport. Where is that missionary, by the way? It's up there, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to have another missionary pop out of here next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think I can move that into my Sine. Just move up here. Probably load from this tile or something. Alrighty. You just promote and heal for 1 turn, and then the other one will stay in that city. You hang out here in case I need to defend something. Alright. Move up. Oh, here's Alex's stack. Alex has finally moved his stack up to the front lines. Oh boy, Alex is probably going to try to attack Osaka. He's got a bunch of rifles, like a big stack of rifles. Well, that would be unfortunate. If he does that, we just have to eliminate, what's his name? Toku from the game. I mean, if it looks like Alex is going to capture that city, we'll take it for ourselves. A really fancy spy revolt in all the Portuguese cities to open up a cultural path. Oh yeah, that could be a problem though. Because if he survives with 1 city left, we can't hold an AP vote, can we? We could hold a UN vote though. We are getting close to the point where we could just win by the UN, I think. Because I have 44% of population. If we build the UN, maybe it might be easier just to win by the UN. Because I would be up against Portugal, 100%. And I'm pretty sure I would draw the votes from Augustus and definitely would draw Alex's vote. And I think that that's enough to win the game, especially with Japan losing its population. But we'll see if we can get the APU victory first. If that fails, radio puts us right next to mass media anyway for the UN. So that's our backup plan. These turns just take a long time to play because there's so many units to move. No, I don't care if he dislikes me because I could get a "you traded with our worst friends" malice from Alex. So no, I don't care how much he dislikes me. Through the modern era with
once you
flight.
have tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes
on the radio.
Skyward. For there you have been, and there you will long to return.
All right, back to missionary again. Oh, I didn't go through and check my cities after going into emancipation. Well, you're going to build the airport and then build some air units for us. That also gives... Oops, I did not want a cannon there. I'll have to go fix that while I'm thinking about it. Alright, we got the barracks, got the spy specialist. Alright, you can... Let's have one city do infantry, and you're... because I do need some infantry to garrison places I capture, so we'll have you be the one to do that. Okay. Meanwhile, bank. Observatory. Now you can airlift missionaries directly into newly captured cities. That's right. Oh, good point. Yeah, that's true. I just have to build the airport. I actually have never thought about that, but that is so smart. Thank you for that suggestion. That's really smart. Okay, so you've got the temple. Let's solve your health woes now with the grocer. Coal plant done. This city just has no food, and there's no way ever to get food in here. Sort of a corporation or something. Alright, you're just growing onto tiles. You still need more health. Wow, why are you so unhealthy? It's like, because you're polluting like a madman. It's got plenty of food surplus. We'll do the hospital soon enough, but let's get some basic infrastructure first. Alright, get the forge. Still growing at +7 food. I guess that's right. There's no more high food tiles for you to work. Alright. Wait, Alex didn't vote for us? Are you kidding me? What? We would have won the game. We would have won the game. His 208 is exactly enough to win. Why did he not vote for us? What is going on here? Why did he not vote for us? Are you kidding me? We had exactly enough votes to win. That's ridiculous. What? We're +9 with Alex and we're in a war with him. Why did he not vote for us? That's crazy. I don't get this at all. That's totally nuts. We had enough votes. Like, you can add that up. We would have had exactly enough. That's crazy. I don't get this at all. Why did he not vote for us? I mean, look at the Diplo screen. He's +10 with us. This is, I mean, we're in a war together. I don't understand this at all. Like, what more does this guy want? We're in a war together. We're fighting against a common enemy. I've got him to +10 and he says no. Like, what the heck? Unbelievable. That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know what more he wants. Like, I'm literally saving his butt. Well, at least he doesn't seem to be going for Osaka. But like, I'm at the point where if he doesn't vote for me in the next election, I'm just gonna call this a win and stop. It's either that or we go to the UN. But if he's not gonna vote for us in the AP, is he gonna vote for us in the UN? I don't even know. I mean, the opponent there would be J-Man, so I would think that he would vote for me. I don't know. I'm very confused by this. Does not seem to make a lot of sense why he didn't vote for us in this situation. Like I understand you don't want the player to be able to cheese victories, but I would think +10 and in a shared war together would definitely be enough. I don't know. Well, anyway, that stock got cleared out by Alex. So once the series go to episode 9, yeah, I mean it's like the game is really over. Like there's not really any drama in the game at this point. I'm extremely far ahead, and we're just kind of wailing on someone who's behind. It's just like we're trying to get the mechanics to line up to have the game recognize that it's a victory. And it's a little bit annoying that, well, more than a little bit annoying, but it's definitely annoying that the game did not decide to recognize that as a victory. So, oh well. Certainly would have been a thematically appropriate ending there to have the AP kick in and win by 1 vote, but it didn't happen, so that is life. We would have won if Alex hadn't abstained. He inexplicably abstained from the vote despite being at +10 relations. Not really clear why he did that. And sadly, we can't capture this city. Well, just have to work for the next vote. I want to try to play this a little bit faster. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. So like famous last words for me is trying to play these games a little bit faster. Okay. So let's see. Oh yeah, there's no road on that tile because it got pillaged. Okay. All right, so we move in. Should be able to take Satsuma next turn. The infantry are not actually going to do anything. It's going to be all the tanks and then, if necessary, the cavs. Like the tanks can move here. Or no, they can just move onto that tile. The cavs, if needed, can move here, but I would prefer not to attack from this side because it has the river crossing penalty. But I think the tanks go just fine on their own. Tanks are really strong. All right. So missionaries. I'm going to need 1 missionary to be over there at Satsuma. And then I guess 1 on the boat. This one should be able to get on the boat. You know, I had measured that out last turn. Okay. Let's put you on the boat too. And you. I can actually do some chaining here on boats. And I have a tank. Wait a minute, no, that's an infantry. I could have put something else on there, couldn't I? Because they can carry, no. Can't they carry 4? I should have put 1 more tank on that. Can I still get them on the boat? I can do it next turn, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I can, oh. Well, I could reach it if this tile was roaded, which it's not, unfortunately. Is there any way I can railroad that tile? Should have just, that was sloppy of me. Because what I'd like to do is galley chain some of these. I could probably do that next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can probably do that next turn with these units here. All right, so we'll move this down here. Be prepared to load. That'll give me 3 tanks. So I can't unload next turn, but I can unload 2 turns from now. All right, some of you guys need to heal up here. All right, trying to get these rails pushed through this territory. All right, some of these units also need to heal too. Oh, I didn't realize there was a medic on that tile. Oh well. Okay, so there's an infantry on board. Some infantry there. These guys are hurt enough that they probably need to. Now that I loaded up the medic guy, they need to hop in there. Guess I should put a unit on that tile defending, but there's some units healing here. That should be fine to protect that city. And then you move here, and then you'll have to move back to cover that next turn. Because those calves aren't actually healing, they had to move into the city that turn. I just don't want some random Japanese unit to walk up and take those 2 workers. Alright, so there's one unit that wants to die here. No longer too worried about my ships getting sunk by Japanese ships, because I've kind of sent them all to the bottom of the ocean. Just keeping like 1 or 2 destroyers around. Yeah, so next turn we'll unload. Next turn we'll continue bringing these units around. And we can unload shortly thereafter. Just a matter of getting tanks, like these tanks that are here. I can galley chain them next turn, but I can't unload them next turn. I already said that. Just repeating myself now. Oh, and you can come aboard too. Good. This gives me another infantry. Nice. Kind of have fewer units down here, it seems like. Okay. Yeah. You guys just hang out. Okay. Yeah, I can also airlift workers too down the road. If needed, although I don't think I will. Don't think I'm ever going to need to airlift workers that badly. This missionary we want to bring over here to the east. Be ready to grab Satsuma next turn. 2 workers, probably more needed down here. And let's rebase you over here. Oh yeah, I can also spend now to upgrade some of these guys to fighters, which probably would be helpful. You can come join the Cav stack over here. Moving up the tanks. As far as we can go anyway. You need to heal, I'll just move you back with the big stack. We can at least promote City Raider 3. Went in and like assassinated 1 unit and then moved out. Okay. 1 infantry can stay and guard these workers just in case they would get attacked. Alright. More workers. Bring you over here to help with the... So, are fighters less effective bombers than airships? I don't know. I thought that they were better. I could be wrong, but I thought they were better. Okay. Moving these workers up. Even Lapland's contributing to the rest of the country. Okay. Alright, these can probably be moved up to a better location now. Let's put them mostly in Argos. I'll leave 1 here for eyes, if nothing else. Okay. Just for vision, I mean. Oh, hey, look, there's a little stack. Alright. turn should be just about done. As I said, we've pretty much done finished up all the work that they can do back here. Still can't believe that Alex did not vote for me. I thought his vote was in the bag. Plus 10. Disappointing. Alright, now I want to look at my cities real quick just to make sure, because now that I'm out from the Emancipation Unhappiness. So Broadway, getting close to completion. Just one turning tanks in that city, or 2 turning tanks in the Heroic Epic City. Alright, that looks good. The dump still slowly working on that factory coal plant combo. Wait, I want you to keep growing. Similarly, I want you to grow, at least until all the tiles are used up. Okay, this is looking better. No longer as much of a disaster. How close are we to the airport? Wow, airport's expensive. Oh yeah, airport's very expensive. I don't remember them being that expensive. Okay. Only +3 food. Let's do that to it. Let's do this to get you up to 6 food. I mostly just need population. No. Bad city. I don't think we need this much production, honestly. Work scientists instead. Alright, that's the one city that works spy specialists. This city always wants to not work its tiles, even though the main thing I just want is for it to grow population. Alright, now this city is unhappy, but the forge will... Actually, I think that this would finish the forge. Yeah, we'll finish the forge and then we'll run an engineer specialist next turn. Yeah, this city, stop working spies. Oh, so that caps us on... Okay, we'll work the engineers instead. That works for me. All these cities want to run extra specialists. Alright, I think that does it for just about everything. Except Jolly Roger Bay and its double spy specialist for no clear reason. I want the city to grow. It's not at the happy cap yet. That's better. Alright. Tanks ahoy. We'll switch a lot of these cities to bombers as soon as we finish. That gets us to the max number of missionaries that we can have right now. Okay. University. Library. Even Northern Lights is 20 beakers per turn. Not bad. Alright, now that it has the forge, the city is back to being happy. Alright, so we finished the globe. So I don't know how needed that really is. We'll build the hospital. Okay, observatory. University. Okay. Hey, we popped a resource. Late enough in the game, we already had gems. Late enough in the game that it doesn't matter a whole lot. Your destroyer intercepted a Japanese airship. Oh, okay. So I guess he's got physics now. Wait, what? J-Man completed Broadway. Oh. I was 3 turns away. What the heck? All that production wasted. Oh well. Not the end of the world, but at least we'll get a big cash in at the end of this turn, I guess. Should have started it sooner. Now we might care about interceptions, true. Should probably get something upgraded to a fighter. This one. These graphics are way too similar, by the way. Rebase mode, upgrade unit to fighter. Do that there. Put it on intercept so that any attempt to shoot will hopefully shoot down whatever's trying to get us. Okay. Sparta, I want vision first. There we go. So much nicer being able to see everything. By the way, does it say when the next election's going to be? It really should. 12-16. Yeah, I have enough votes if Alex votes for me. Plus 10. I don't understand him. Oh, apparently this is where Japan's whole army is. Japan's whole army is stuck on this one tile. Can't get out of that, can't get out of there. I was wondering where all Japan's power was, because Japan's reasonably high on the power bar graphs. So that's where all the power is for Japan, stuck on that one tile. Anyway. Okay, so Satsuma. Yeah, we get 77.5% against the rifle in the city on a hill with city garrison 3. Well, my tanks have not been having great odds, but we cleared the top defender, so. By the way, City Raider 3 makes it just as big of a jump as City Garrison 3 does. And now we'll be able to promote and take that promotion next time. Yep, would explain why the city hasn't flipped. That city will never flip, not with that many defenders in it. Now, unfortunately, taking that city didn't free up any cultural territory for us. Oh, that's unfortunate. Osaka just hit 80% borders. So the borders just expanded because they had been at 60% and they just popped out. Now we don't have control of these. Oh, now our rails won't run here because like these tiles were not in the city's control previously. Fancy orange. Yeah, it also couldn't flip because it's a former Portuguese city. That's correct. And cities captured can't flip back to their original, the original owner, not unless something weird happens. Okay. Well, the good news is we can probably take Kyoto shortly. If I have the tanks just push out from here. That would free up a lot of cultural space, but Osaka being at 80%, popping from 60 to 80 definitely makes things a lot more annoying. I'm glad I didn't run my railroad right on the border, except over here where I have no choice. Kind of wish that Christianity had randomly spread to like this city here. But like that's not going to work. You can't spread religion in an enemy city while you're at war with them. He's probably in theocracy anyway, so I doubt I could even spread his religion into his territory. No, he's running organized religion, so. Yeah, that was something implemented after Civ 3 when you'd have cities culture flip back. I don't think that I can stop Alex from taking this city. I think he's going to take this city and then that's going to be that. So I think we probably going to have to rely on the United Nations and not the Apostolic Palace. I don't think I can stop him from taking this city. Because there's only 2 defenders and he's got rifles walking towards the city. I know the AI sucks at capturing cities. Well, we'll keep some tank. We'll be able to rush in it with tanks if we need to grab that spot. His main army's over here. If this army starts moving to Osaka, then we can always look to intervene. Anyway. All right, so that did not free up as many tiles as I was hoping it would. But if we can take Kyoto, then that'll free up a lot. Although, wait, so Osaka's 20, 40, 60, 80. Okay, we would be able to reach Fancy Orange because these tiles will disappear if we can take Kyoto. So I think that's the goal next is race on and take Kyoto. Now, we do have to put a unit in the city. Trust me, I'm aware of that. I can put some injured tanks in the city. Like this unit. Although, no, that can promote and take City Raider 3, so I think we leave that in position. Some of these calves, which are not useful for attacking, can come over and cover. Yeah, we're just going to blitz on capital next turn. It is not on a hill, so that's really good. And we can hit some of the defenders with airships, with airstrikes from airships. So something I should have done this turn. Rebase some of these up here. My use of airships has not been great. Let's rebase this over to here, because that'll make sure it can hit Kyoto. Yeah, we'll take the Japanese capital next turn. All right. So some of these I want to go forward, and the rest I want to run into Fancy Orange so that there are units in there. And the slow-moving one-mover stack, what will not be in Osaka's borders? 20, 40, 60, 80. This tile won't be. It's not roaded, but we can put workers on this tile to road it next turn. So I think that's the tile we want to be on. Then I have to make sure to put 2 workers on that tile as well, because we're going to need to railroad that next turn. Won't the tiles belong to Argos? That's true, but that's fine. I don't mind. If they're in Alex's territory, that's fine. I mean, I've been using his territory the whole time anyway. Alright, so we got that tile railroaded, then we'll railroad this tile next. So this needs to go into Fancy Orange. We'll move it here, protected by the big stack. And this will need to go to Kyoto, so it'll just have to move down there as quickly as we can get it there. Probably 2 turns of movement. Then after that, I think I'll do the suggestion of just airlifting missionaries from Revenge, because that's faster than any of the other stuff I could do. Why don't you stay here on this tile for this turn? Yeah. You guys will be able to move once the culture opens up, so probably better just to hang out here for this turn. Alright, now down here, you're going to be the city's defender. Workers. I was going to use these rails to move units down the coast here, but now that Osaka's borders pop, that's not going to be doable. Alright, so here's where we've got a missionary for bonsai and 2 tanks. So move up. Alright, so move up to here. I don't have to do galley chaining because these can unload at Nara next turn. let's just get units that are healed up on the boats. And the missionary can unload for next turn. All right, you are healed up. You should probably heal. And you are definitely healing because you are about to die. Okay. All right, so we unload at Nara next turn. We'll be able to unload 3 infantry, a couple cavs, and 3 tanks. And mercenaries don't do a pilgrimage, they fly first class, sipping on communion wine. Yeah, seriously. Unfortunately, the terrain gets really rough after Kyoto. And Tokyo has 80% borders as well. I guess we move to here and then move to here. I think that's the plan. Yeah, that unit's already done with its movement points. Okay. You're just heading back to pick up more units in case we would need to, but I think at this point we're done with taking units by sea. I think what I have here can take Nara, and then the tank columns will just push east. Because like these tanks can keep moving on the rails, and I think that's faster than trying to load them at this point. All right, meanwhile, you guys shoot out the defenses at Nara. And I think that's about it. Oh, you. Still trying to field ships, Toku. Oh, there's more ships down here. Oh, okay. Well, again, that's why it's nice to have the insane movement of these destroyers. I want 1 ship back here to protect this stack, because I'm going to move this destroyer up and sink these. Now, the ironclad is so slow, it could never get up there anyway. I'm hoping that the game will just be over soon, and that we don't have to try researching deeper into the tech tree. We'll see. Next up is going to have to be mass media. Because if this AP doesn't work, then we'll try the UN. Certainly have most of the population. All right, yeah. Just hang out here for these turns. We'll unload next turn. All those extra galleons. All right, you're fine there. Gives us a little bit more vision. Okay, I mean, we're blitzing through Japan. We're on like the 4th or 5th turn of the war right now. It just, these turns take a very long time to play, is the only thing. You can get all the way up there. Nice. Yeah, with the rails, you can move pretty fast. So we're going to need more of these guys next turn, so I'll just move up here. I could road that tile this turn, but then I'd have to protect those workers, so just hold off this turn. Got like this 1 line of rails through Alex's territory. Anyway, these are just makeshift railroads that don't actually do anything. Again, unit cycling is such a pain in the butt. Just suddenly we're on the other side of the world again. Find that. Oh, now we're over here. Okay, whatever. Just, let's group you with... Let's group all these ships carrying units together if we can. Transport can take care of itself, and I'll just cover it with a destroyer just because. All right, this tile we might someday need to work, so. Building railroads that don't do anything. Stupid Osaka. Haven't captured it just because. I am not the most advanced? Wow, that's hard to believe. certainly have no shortage of tanks, do I? Actually, no, I need more airships. You should do fighters, especially given how tricky it is to get units off the island. I mean, it's not that hard, but it involves a little bit more work. Alright, so now you are finally getting back to the point where you're not starving. So that's a plus. Love the little sound effects that play every time you get a building completed. And you were going to build a few more infantry. Alright, now this city's solved its health issues and its happiness issues, so now we can go back to stuff like the levee, which is going to be really nice in this spot. Okay. Library. Observatory. Actually, no, do the levee. This city is another place where the levee will be amazing. Okay, well, we got 600 gold for that, so let's finish radio. We can't one-turn it. That's a shame. Well, we'll get as close as we can. There goes all the tanks. All right. Let's see if we can capture this city here. Oh, hey, there's actually cannons randomly trying to attack. All right, I'm going to start by take a little bit off the defenses, because it's the only unit that can do that. Now airstrike with whatever can. Alright. Now, is that all of the units that I had that were flying in the area? No, I have one more up here. Alright. That should have softened up the defenders pretty nicely. Okay. Yeah, there's a decent number of units in there, but fortunately not as many city garrison as you'd think. Okay, so here's a conundrum. If I attack from this tile, I'm attacking at the river penalty, but if I move here, I can't blitz and get 2 attacks. Let's start with the ones that have no choice. We'll only get 1 attack. And it is going to have to be across the river. Okay, well, tanks just don't care about that, do they? This one's injured. And it's City Raider 3. Let's hold that. Jeez, these City Raider 3 tanks are monsters. Against rifles, at least. Like, we haven't taken out the defenses or anything. We're still killing these highly promoted protective rifles. Now we should get really good odds because we've taken out most of the city garrison ones. Okay. So these ones we will move. They can't blitz either, so we'll move to a tile where they're not blitzing. And take out more of these units. Oh, well, or lose. We did only have 70% odds. So who's left that's like a real defender? There's like one unit that's really strong left, the CG2 rifle, that's at almost full health. See if I can get a slightly less valuable unit there. I mean, this city has 80% cultural defenses, so it's pretty well defended. Couple more rifles to get through. Oh, this guy's injured. We may not actually have enough here to take it this turn. 63. Well, that was a disaster. 0 hits. Wait, 50. Oh, because the odds weren't as good as it said. I forgot that the combat odds lie in those situations. Yeah. It doesn't factor in the river in those situations. Alright, we might not have enough to kill the city this turn. I thought we did. Like that said, we have killed a lot of units here. I don't want to attack at 50% odds. That wouldn't be good enough. 29? Oh, okay. Not taking those odds. Yeah, that's not very good, is it? All right, well, have to move up more tanks and go from there. But yeah, it looks like Alex is moving towards one of these cities with his big stack. So much for my plan that we'd be in a... I thought we'd take this city and then the borders would disappear. But that was the case. Didn't manage to get through there quite as fast as I was hoping. All right, so move these units forward into the city, including the missionary. I guess these guys just go in the city too for safety's sake. All right, now the calves that were in here can move forward. They're not good against like uninjured defenders, but they can always wipe out an injured unit. Like they always can finish off a rifle that's at like 1 health, and it's good to have those extra attackers. And of course, I've got more tanks that can move up. Although I guess this one can't get in range to attack next turn either. Yeah, that's too bad. Because we're trying to finish off this this city. See, if we had a stable of bombers, we could just take out the 80% defenses from the air, and then push right through there. Oh well, have to do it the hard way because we don't have that tech yet. Although we will soon. So this missionary is intended for Kyoto. Okay. Wow, that got further than I was expecting. Let's railroad this tile back behind the front. Okay. Now we do still have these 2 cannons here. Remember, cannons are very vulnerable to cavalry. It's their bad matchup. Also did flanking damage too. I'm hesitant to move this unit out, and the calves are too injured. Let's hope that this conversion works. Alright, it did. Considering all the effort it took to get this unit down here. Alright, so you'll just hang out here. We'll attack again next turn. Yeah, you guys are just hanging out there. Just continuing to move the tanks up as fast as they can go. That was actually a mistake, because if the city gets captured, this will still be in Osaka's borders. I think it's actually better to stay in the borders of whatchamacallit, of Alex, where I can continue building railroads. All right. Just moving units up. All right, so now for the naval portion of the turn. These are the main attackers for Nara. But we've got other attackers too. This should be able to take the city without any real trouble. Alright, there we go. Just because the tanks should be able to push through that with the city raider promotions. And that city doesn't have that many units in it. Probably because Tokugawa didn't expect that he was going to be attacked there. I'll move up a few ships and then keep a few back here in case I would want to transport units. I don't think I need to, but you never know. Alright. You come up here and protect this. You can just hang out here and protect this, just in case. Oh, there's a... Didn't even realize there was a ironclad here. Obviously the ironclad's not willing to attack any of my ships, unless it can catch a galleon or something. Yeah, we'll move the rest up to bombard. Come on. There we go. Yeah, all these ships should be able to take that out, no problem. Coastal blockade too, I suppose, but no. All right. So that takes care of the naval stuff. The beach episode is actually going to come out of resistance next turn. Be like the first city to come out from the Japanese campaign. All right, you. There goes the tank. Oh, I actually had another. Oh, this can't hit Kyoto, can it? Okay. So we'll move you over to there. I don't think I need that ship. All right. So yeah, longish turns here. Just trying to get through this. You don't really need to build railroads now on the Sitting Bull continent, but eh. So hopefully Kyoto falls in between turns. We did kill most of the defenders, and the toughest defenders too. Just one CG rifle left. Are you kidding me? I'm like, seriously? You ran all the way through there just to capture workers? Okay. Poor workers. Always getting sniped out. Actually, no, you have enough production. You can actually build tanks. You don't really need much else, do you? I guess you could build the airport then. It is an extra trade route, if nothing else. Alright. Now you're going to build missionaries for airlifting. Knocking out a lot of these buildings in these cities. Library, temple. Okay. And of course deleted them too. What a jerk. Anyway. All right, back to Kyoto again. Oh, he now has a machine gun in there? I guess he just finished railroad. That's annoying. Well, we'll put some damage on that as best we can. Yeah, I could definitely use more air units. I've been a bit deficient in building them. At least we got the max 20% that we could do to the machine gun. Where's Alex's big stack, by the way? I'm not sure where he moved it to. Not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's going for Kyoto. So if I don't take this quickly, he's going to take it. On the plus side, though, there's not a lot of units left. So there's the machine gun, who has no promotions. There's the CG2 rifle. And that's about it as far as really dangerous units. We get 95% odds. Oh. Apparently got the Grenadier. Okay. Well, I can blitz with this unit if I don't take any damage. Yeah, I took no damage. Now we'll just blitz and attack again. I love tanks. So that just cleared out 2 of the defenders. And this one can attack twice too. Only 45. Oh, because it's nearly dead. That's why. Maybe pick a unit that's healthier. Like this one. A lot of Grenadiers in this city for some reason. So I would move the infantry back into the city. The problem is that it moved onto a tile that doesn't have a road. See, there's no road on that tile. So yeah. I don't think anything can reach that spot. I don't think any Japanese unit can reach it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, even if Osaka created a cav, it can't reach that tile. What about Kyoto? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, no one can reach that city. So it's okay. Anyway. Alright, so we don't want to attack again with you. Just want to see what odds this unit gets. 57. I'd prefer not to use it if I don't have to. You probably get better odds than that. Yeah. You do have the calves for mop-up if needed. Alright, so there's just the machine gun left. So someone's probably going to have to die to kill the machine gun. Who do I not care about? I don't want to send the Great General Cav to die for no reason. Now remember, machine guns do not get a bonus from pinch. They're not gunpowder units, from what if I remember correctly. Yeah, see, there's no pinch plus 25%. So using this guy who's just combat 4 makes a lot of sense. Probably will die, but it's like 50% odds to win or come back. Nope, just 1. Alright, nice. Oh, wow. Look at all these great super specialists in here. Pyramids in the Great Wall. Nice. So it didn't clear out the borders that much, though. Unfortunately, yeah, siege units. Didn't really clear out the borders. Again, Osaka still being there is such a pain in the butt. I'm just not sure I want to keep playing this game much longer because the game is so clearly over, and yet it's going to take hours more to grind out to a victory. I'm not sure I'm really feeling that. Especially considering that I can't take this stupid city. Like, we did just push on and take the Japanese capital, but... Well, let's go ahead and take Nara as well while we're here. That'll free up some territory. Only 74%. Okay, I was thinking I would get better odds than that. It's on a hill. Take that down to 0, at least. Yeah, on a hill with CG3 is no joke. Alright, at least we did get that unit out of the way. So there's only one other one that has City Garrison 3, thankfully. Alright. Should have much better odds against this. Nope, about the same. Why are the odds not better on this one? Oh well. Still 75%, which I'm happy to take. Alright, so now there's only one unit we still have to kill. It's a rifle that has shock, which is an odd promotion to have at this stage of the game. Have a series of infantry with cover left over, I suspect, from the Sitting Bull campaign. So we'll go with this one then, because it's almost 90% odds. Oh, we lost it, unfortunately. That's a little bit of disappointment. Wow. We only got 2 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got hit 7 times. Oh well. At this stage of the game, that's not that big of a deal. They're all 99% now. So we lost 1 tank and 1 rifle taking this city, which is pretty well defended. I can't get anybody an extra promotion, so it's whatever. All right. So that did not free up as much culture as I was hoping for. Although if we were to take Tokyo, that would actually free up quite a bit. You see how much cultural sway an 80% city holds? Like it reaches to this tile, it reaches to this tile, and it reaches to this tile out here. A very, very wide range. And then Tokyo over here has what's left over. So yeah, I mean, we can probably finish the war with Tokugawa. I am concerned about this. I'm concerned about this, though. I don't know how we reach the last city. Like, I'm just worried about what we do, because we can't seem to reach that spot in terms of finishing him off. Because we kind of need to finish him off. Either that, or we need Osaka to survive for the next vote for the whatchamacallit, the Apostolic Palace, which unfortunately is what, like 6 turns away. It's kind of a long distance. Let's see where Alex moves this stack. If he moves it towards Osaka, you know, one thing I could always do, this is not fair, but I could always just debug the AP religion into one of these cities. That's not fair, that's cheating, but I'm like, I would really like to capture Osaka right around now. UN vote city to J-Man. I don't think that would work. Could always just, like I said, just stick Christianity in this city in Pharaoh or something via debug mode. Just to keep the UN, just to keep the Apostolic Palace vote alive. Although it's not going to matter if Alex doesn't vote for me. If this guy won't vote for me, then it's not going to matter. Right, UN would obsolete the Apostolic Palace. I mean, I've picked up a fair number of votes from observing Alex's territory, or Japan's territory. Like, I have 1,008 votes, and to win, you need 1266. So, and Augustus would be my, you know, Alex is close to being my opponent. Would that swing things? How does he feel about Alex? Would probably, you know, I would probably get, the irony is I would probably get Augustus's vote, because he's only +3 with, although who knows. It's so hard to get the AI to vote for you in this game. It's really hard. You can sign peace, demand the city, and then redeclare and take Osaka. That is true. That actually is true. We could do that. Could get a city in the peace treaty. Could get that city, which can't be reached otherwise in the peace treaty, but it would take a long time. Sorry to talk out loud here. It feels like the game is very over, and I'm just getting a little bit bored of moving all these units around every single turn. Not being able to capture this city is also a giant pain, because I have to walk through the massive Japanese culture everywhere. Like, this army is kind of trapped. It can't even move anywhere at any speed for that reason. Just like walking 1 tile per turn, which is super slow. instead of all this culture disappearing, and then I can move forward. Yeah, I'm just kind of like lost enthusiasm to keep playing. I hate to say that because I like to play games out to their conclusion, but this is really tedious. And and I still don't even like. We can get to the next vote, but Alex might just not vote for me again. And then what do? Then we build the UN and hope that we win that way. I don't know. It just feels really tedious. Um, and sometimes that can be that way. I've always felt that the domination limit is too high in this game, and that another long complaint of me, you can go all the way back to like 2005 and 2006, and this is on my website, is it is too hard to get the AI to vote for you. It is way too difficult to get them to cast a vote. So maybe we just finish out this turn and call it a day. I was curious to see if the Great General could win, but no, he actually lost. Wasn't a terribly valuable unit. But wait, we're not seriously losing this too, are we? Okay. Anyway. So yeah, let's move these units into the city. Just like we've done a lot of fighting, and like you can see how far ahead I am in this game. No one can beat me to a space race. I have 50% of the world's population. Like literally, I have 50% of the world's population. I've always felt that if you can get to 50% of the world's population, that should be game over. But Civ 4 has much higher victory requirements. Yeah, with tech trades, it's easier to get +4 for fair trades. It's true. I wonder if just giving Alex a lot of money, like, what is it? Like, if you just gift him a 800 gold, now he's friendly. If we had just done this before the last vote, we would have won the game. No, it would be bad for AI Survivor, but so yeah, he would vote for us now, but gotten him up to friendly. We were +10. Apparently, we needed +11. Apparently, we needed +11. No, I mean, there's not much to reload. I'd have to go back to, I don't even remember the exact turn it was. Plus, I did a ridiculous amount of stuff on that turn. I moved like 50 units. If I could just go back to the second before the end of the turn, but no. I just needed to, I needed to get him to vote. Or I wish I could just get the AP to vote on this next turn. Maybe we just fortify everything and hit next turn 5 times and see if that works. Let's just do that and see if that works. No, fortify. Because like our cities are not going to get recaptured here. You need to get to Kyoto. Escort you with a convoy. Yeah, let's just next turn a couple times and see if that doesn't work, then so be it. Putting all the tanks to sleep. And if that doesn't work, then we'll sign off the rest of the game. If the next vote's AP leader vote, then I'm done. Sorry, then I'm done. If the next vote's AP leader vote, I'm done too. It better not be. I said I'm tired of this game. It was a fun game, don't get me wrong, but like it's so over. There's really nothing more to say or do. Run 0% and gift it all to Alex, something like that. I would prefer that this city not. Oh, it doesn't have enough production to pop borders. We actually really need to pop the borders this turn. Because I want the city to stop starving. There's no other tiles I can work, though. Even if I run all... Oh, you know what? If we're going to starve regardless, we can do this by working all citizen specialists. That gets us to 10 culture. If we're going to starve anyway, run citizen specialists. Okay. Could be it's going to take a while just to even just hitting next turn is going to take a little while because I have so many cities and so many units. It's also why I tend to play on smaller maps. I did a standard map this time, and like this is partly why, because it just takes a long time. Yeah, Alex is going for Osaka.
Then one fine morning, she puts on a New York station. You know, her life was saved by rock and roll.
So yeah, I love a lot of things about Civ 4. It is a pretty micro-intensive game. Just put everything on well. Except you, I need you to airlift Christian missionaries. That gets us a road into that. So Toku just revolted. Actually do need to get vision, just so I can see what the heck's going on over here. Alright, this city I need to avoid starving. So like Alex's stack is moving over here, so I'm pretty sure he's going for Osaka, which means that we're going to try to end this game. So we're going to do this. Oops, that unit was not supposed to move there. I just need to put Christianity into one of Japan's cities. Just so we can get this stupid... There you go. Oh wait, no, not Holy City. Christianity. There we go. All right. That is not kosher, but there we go. And before you take the city, we'll take it ourselves, just because. Next turn. Because we have tanks. Lots of tanks we're not even using. Alright. As I said, not entirely fair, but as I said, I'm done with this game and I'm just trying to end it at this point. Alright, airlift you. Right here. Whoop! I do like that. That's a lot of fun. Just magically appears inside the city that we need it to. Now this poor city has no tiles to work. It will just be starving like crazy. I can try to pop the borders, but that's not really going to help. What we need to do is we need to capture that city. So let's pop the borders. There we go. it on, I don't know, Forge or something. Randomly, there's a Grenadier and a cannon here, so anyone want to kill these units? I accidentally moved a tank in the wrong direction. Ask Alex to make peace. Is that something I can even do? No, he won't do it. It's fine. We'll just take this city in question. Since now that we've cheated and put religion in one of the other cities. Just putting everybody to sleep, as mentioned before. Wait, you actually need to go here. Alright, I don't think that unit's going to get taken out. But if it is, then we'll airlift a missionary in there. Alright. I mean, there's only 2 units in that city. So we might as well. Alright, so you should just keep building these for the immediate future. Oh, I guess you can't, because I've already used up all my missionaries. Setting every city to wealth, something you often do at the end of the game just to speed things along, because there's so much stuff to build. With this many cities on wealth, we should easily be able to run 100% science. Yeah, so this is, like I said, why I generally don't run maps that are this large. Yeah, so we're still positive even on 100% science. Okay, let's see if our dice rolls succeed. Alright, that one did. How about the Kyoto missionary? Alright, nice. Is Alex still friendly with us? As long as he's still friendly, we don't have to toss him more money. We are still up against him, right? So I have 1140 votes. And we'd actually be up against Alex now. He's apparently passed Augustus in votes. Huh. So Augustus is probably the one now we need to focus on buttering up. And we can always give him a big cash donation too. I wonder if we could get him to join this war. Nope. Wait, does mass media obsolete? Oh, it does obsolete. Okay. You're right, I do need to swap. You're right, I do need to swap. Because just the tech obsoletes it. It's not building the UN obsoletes it. Just the tech itself does. So one nice thing about this game is we did get to spread. We got up to 75 cities with our religion. That's really cool. It's about as high as I've ever done. All right, so let's get an airstrike or 2 on that city. Provides vision too. In this situation, airstriking the units is more effective than bombing because there's hardly any units in here, so doing damage to the individual ones does more. Alright, this unit can attack again if needed, although I doubt it is needed. Okay, that was slightly unlucky. Oh, that rifle's crippled, so actually just go ahead and blitz and take it out. I have like 1 HP remaining. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to airlift a missionary into this city next turn. Alright, and now this city does not have to keep starving, because now it actually has tiles to work. There we go. Alrighty, yeah, we spread our religion to all these cities, haven't we? Everyone except, oh no, all of our cities, because that one included already had our religion in it. Okay. So this is definitely enough, I mean, it's definitely enough votes, we just need other people to vote for us. We need 1317, so all we need, we have more than enough, we just need Alex or Augustus to vote for us. In this case, apparently we need Augustus. You know, I might gift Alex a really small city somewhere because, or no, gift Augustus a small city because then Augustus will be my opponent and Alex will vote for me, I think. We'll see when we get closer to the vote. Because the vote should be coming up shortly. I think it's turn 309 or something. Anyway. Bunch of rifles here. Let's kill some of them. Tanks promoted for field combat instead of city raider. Should take them out no trouble. The AI does build a lot of units on the higher difficulties. Like these are city garrison units, so they're not useful out in the field. Their promotions that are so deadly in cities are almost useless here. Actually, they are useless. They literally do nothing. The drill promotions do stuff, but the city garrison does nothing. That unit can come down out of the hills if it wants. It's not going to have any luck capturing the city. Alright. Geez, even when I'm trying to next turn quickly, I'm still moving workers around because it's just force of habit. Alright, I guess we actually have our religion in every city then. So you can just hang out here and you can build wealth. You too. We're not going to put new tile improvements down. Just get you away from the front lines. A little bit. No. We're not revolting right now. Alright, just speeding through the last few turns here, hopefully. And if it's not the last few turns, it's going to be the last ones we do, because this game's ready for its conclusion. Alright. Everybody's celebrating. Very happy. I think Alex wiped out those units with his stack. Yeah, well that was a fast turn. If you put everything on wealth, it does speed it up a little bit. Let's just see if there's anything out there. Nope, not really. Kind of crippled old Toku pretty good.
Artillery adds dignity to what would otherwise be a vulgar brawl.
Go for superconductors, I guess. certainly don't. We shouldn't even be putting this on wealth. We should be putting some of these on science, but whatever. Have 50 cities or something crazy like that. All right, let's look at the... I'd love to see if I can get him up to friendly. Let's see if we can do a big gift to Augustus. Oh, he's friendly now too. Okay. All right, well, if they're both friendly, I think I'll get their votes regardless of who I'm actually up against. Although I will save it when we get closer. Apparently Alex is now quite a bit ahead of Augustus Caesar. I don't know what Caesar... Oh, you know what Caesar did? He built factories, and then the pollution caused his cities to shrink in size. Like an idiot. We've seen that happen before. I'm really hoping this is not the have to vote again on who's going to be the member. I don't know how often it does that. If so, we'll click next turn for more turns then. Oh, Bonsai Beach came out of resistance. Okay. Well, the biggest thing it needs is a lighthouse. I don't know if I can stop it from starving because otherwise it's all production. Yeah, it just doesn't have enough food otherwise. Fortunately, it'll grab that in 2 turns, but yeah, I don't think there are any 2 food tiles I can assign, unfortunately. Here comes Alex. We can watch Alex. We can do AI Survivor. We can watch Alex go after the capital. He'd actually get a lot of tiles if he took this city. He's got 11 trebuchets, so he should be able to take this if he just uses all his trebs to get through the defenses. He took out half the defenses that time.
Tell me what you eat, and I will tell you what you are.
Alright, you're not going to start before the game's over. Gotta remember for the future, if there's going to be a vote, give the AIs a big payout right before the turn happens. Like, give them a big payout first. Alright, here we go. Apostolic Palace requires 1319. Gonna vote for myself. Alright, so I just need Augustus to vote for me, and I have enough. He is friendly with me. He is cautious with Alex, so he sure as heck better vote for me. He really should. Again, I'm aware that this is not 100% legitimate because that city, I debugged Christianity into that city, but yeah. We're just trying to finish up with this game. All right. If he doesn't vote for me, I don't know what to say because he's friendly with me at plus 13 and he's cautious with the other person. He has to vote for me. This has to be enough for the victory. It's got to be. Has to be. Anyway, let's see if Alex can capture Tokyo on the inner turn first. J-Man declared war on me. Okay. Okay, well, apparently we won. What was that? Apparently he moved an army all the way up through Augustus's territory to come attack Ve Victus on the border. Okay, well, that was weird, but we apparently still had enough to win regardless. So Augustus did vote for me. So a game that started with this city getting captured by the Barbs. Actually, it was raised by the Barbs. Ends on the last turn with Portugal literally walking across the entire world to come attack this city on the border. Okay. For a diplomatic victory, but hey, we'll take it. One of the disappointing things about the Diplo victory is there is no, yeah, fitting that an AI now has Victus. There's no movie for the diplomatic victory. It was, I can tell you guys, it was the last one that was added to the game, so that's why it doesn't have one. Um, the UN was not added, was added it was one of the later things to be added during development, and that's why this one doesn't have a victory. But it's always a little disappointing to me that there's no victory for the diplomatic victory. Yeah, it would be hilarious if that city loss meant you didn't have any votes, enough votes anymore. That would not have been hilarious, but okay. All right, now let's look at the underlying terrain here. This is a very strange map that we ended up with. One of the reasons why I like doing the different map scripts is because you can get some wacky stuff. But I did not have a lot of territory on this map. Like, look, I started here, so an AI right here, and then an AI down here, so you're not getting down below this. So, like, what territory is mine? It's like this little tiny area here. It could have been worse. I could have been Sitting Bull, but still, not great. Um, really, it was these three AIs that had the most space to spread out, and especially Portugal had by far the most territory. We ended up getting this island. Um, almost all of this island peacefully, almost all of this island peacefully, and this island peacefully. That's pretty good. Sitting Duck is stuck on Chocolate Island. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. So wait for the barbarian raising of my. There's the religion being founded early. I'm gonna found a city and then have it raised. So I'm like, great, I'm out to three cities. Hooray! These massive mountain ranges certainly made the game weird. This mountain range in particular is just bizarre. All right. Here it is. Dune Bridget was captured by the barbarian state and raised by the barbarian state. It's like, great. Dune Bridget founded. But I had to play from behind in this game. Now, it was only on Emperor, so I could do that. But this was not the easiest game based on the terrain. Like, I wasn't doing anything too crazy in terms of variant. Although I guess playing the religious game was kind of a variant. This was where we were taking the Barb cities over here. So Alex, as far as the AI, Alex declared on Toku, and I think they had a largely inconclusive war. Toku got Libya and was captured by the Greek Empire. I think that got recaptured back at some point, though. Yeah, it was retaken by Japan at some point. Alex fighting a lot of wars. Still, my territory was so weird. Getting this city in Little Barbarian Valley, these cities here, you're about to see cities founded on this island. Because that was like the next step. Taking that Barb city and then founding cities there. I guess I had to wait for astronomy for that. And then now we're going to be engaged in the vicious struggle on Barbarian Island, which took quite a while. Lost a lot of units up there. Finally took that over. All right, so now we wait. I think shortly after building the Statue of Liberty. Oh, this was Alex's very short-lived, very unsuccessful war on J-Man. Now you're going to see me declare war on Freddy, and Freddy's going to disappear instantly. All right, there it is. Lots of red text, and Fred's dead. So declared war 1705 and dead 1735. That's a six-turn war. Yeah, that's a six-turn war. I think that was my most efficient campaign. I was really pleased with how quickly and efficiently that war was done. All right, now we're gearing up for Sitting Bull. So 1785 was the start, and Sitting Bull's dead. So he was dead on 1814. So that's seven turns. That was a 10-turn war. So six turns to kill Fred, 10 turns to kill Sitting Bull. Considering how inaccessible some of the inland cities were, I'm very happy with that too. I mean, it was rifles and calves against medieval stuff. So, and then this is the last war against Tokugawa, and then I just sit and do nothing for the ending turns, and then win the diplomatic victory. 24 hours, 57 minutes. 24 hours, geez. And this was only on a standard map. I don't know what people do who play on those gigantic maps. I can't imagine how long it takes to finish games. They probably, I think some of those people do not micro things as closely as I do, but so a successful game. We got to use religion. We got to use the monk wonders. We got to use the apostolic palace. I think I got to use spiritual trait pretty effectively, which is one of the things I wanted to do in this game. And we ended up with a shrine that had 75 cities following our religion. Again, I would not say that going for an early religion is not really the ideal play. I wouldn't recommend it. You do better by going for a more growth oriented opening than spending a lot of turns building. What did I build? Like Stonehenge and building um, and getting an early religion. So that's not the optimal play, but it is fun to mess around with sometime. All right, final bar graphs. Let's just take a look at the last 100 turns here. The GNP, J-Man kept up pretty evenly. He really was not behind in tech at all. He was keeping pace. I'm very confident I could have beaten him in the space race, but he was keeping pace. Yeah, that's why. I could have easily turned all that production into research and that big food lead. He was way ahead in food for most of the game, though. Like, if you go back, he has a big lead in food up until I started, conquering everybody. Power, he built up at the end. This is my build. So this is the drafting earlier, and then this was the tanks, and then this is everything goes on wealth. He was actually higher than me in power at the end. Culture, not too much to say. Demos, first and everything except soldiers. Again, I could have kept cranking tanks as needed. Um, we actually were ahead almost 2-1 in food at the end, so we really had pulled decisively ahead in every stat. I guess except military, but we could have pulled ahead in that too. So Portugal's capital was the top city. Animal Farm did become number 2, for what that's worth. They were all the top cities were Portuguese except Animal Farm. I wonder how close he was to winning a cultural victory. Probably should have checked on that. I don't think he was that close, but all right. So current most units, tanks, 31 tanks, 31 infantry. What I build the most of? Christian missionary, of course. Christian missionary, obviously. And then tanks. What did we kill the most? I'm going to say longbows is probably what we killed the most of. Yep, longbows was the most because the AI loves its longbows. And we probably lost the most catapults. No, cabs. I guess we didn't actually fight people with catapults. Normally catapults are like your top lost. Built is probably granaries. No, Christian temple was actually the most. How did we end up with so many more Christian temples than granaries? Oh, because we captured granaries. That's why. That's why it's Christian temple. Because you can capture a granary, but you can't capture a temple because the temple has culture. And you can't capture buildings that have culture. That's why it's Christian temple. Okay. All right, 89,000 for what that's worth. I don't care that much about the scoreboard. And that will be a wrap on this game. So we will look to do something else next time. Just of Celtica. So we'll look to do something else next time. Until next time, then, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if chat bugged out or something because no one's been typing for a bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, we'll do something else next time. Might not do a Civ 4 game because I've been doing a lot of Civ 4. Might do a different game. So have a good one. Take care, folks. I'll see you again soon.